The giant creature lay waste to half the city, with casualties said to run into the thousands before the military were able to bring the monstrosity down. Military spokesperson Amara V described the creature as the largest living animal yet to have emerged from the Otherverse, and called it a significant threat which led to some particular challenges in regard to bringing the creature down in an urban area without causing further loss of human life. A correspondent for the BBC in the area, Sindhu Bhaskar, referred to the monster as a city killer. An emergency meeting for the UN Security Council has been called for tonight to discuss the developing threat posed by the Otherverse. Helicopter gunships of the Royal Air Force were today engaged in savage aerial battles with unidentified flying creatures over the North Sea. The monsters, thought to be bat-like in form but of immense size, are believed to have been involved in the recent attacks upon North Sea oil platforms. One helicopter suffered minor damage. RAF Command report 29 confirmed kills with 9 more suspected kills against the creatures. A full statement is expected from the Ministry of Defence later today.
The World Health Organization have announced that 3 more non-terrestrial pathogens have been isolated. The pathogens are each capable of causing fatal diseases in humans and closely related mammalian species.
Joint naval elements from Russia, Great Britain and Turkey have completed a 20,000-person evacuation of Odessa this afternoon. The evacuation began 3 days ago when Russian Black Sea Fleet vessels responded to distress calls from within the city. Odessa has been heavily hit since the Pandora event and was recently overrun by creatures from the Otherverse. British vessels responded yesterday in an attempt to support the Russian surface vessels despite official condemnation from Moscow claiming that the British were not required and were using the tragedy for anti-Russian propaganda. Turkish officials reported that they had also intercepted Russian transmissions from the fleet requesting aid, and they joined the Anglo-Russian relief effort with several destroyers. Official channels report that the final hours of the evacuation were completed during heavy close-quarters fighting between Anglo-Russian Turkish forces and swarms of creatures from the Otherverse. Surviving eyewitnesses to the incident have claimed that the warships were also forced to provide sea-to-land bombardment in an attempt to relieve the 3 nations' marine forces.
Streams of refugees continue to cross the Texas border into Mexico this evening, as alien life forms emanating from the Otherverse continue to sweep across the lower states. In an official statement, the Mexican authorities reported that they had established processing camps for the US refugees fleeing south. The United Nations have announced the formation of a new international military force named the United Nations Counter-Alien Incursion Force. Drawing on personnel from over 100 countries, the new Rapid Reaction Force is intended to be able to deploy anywhere in the world in order to engage Otherverse incursions. In Great Britain, there seems to be no end in sight to food shortages as rationing has returned for the first time since the 1950s. Scuffles have been reported at several supermarkets, and food riots broke out in parts of London, Manchester and Newcastle this evening.
A year has passed since the Pandora event, the night that the skies turned purple and tore open to reveal what lay behind them. The Otherverse, a lethal hellscape populated by plant and animal species that knew no fear of humanity and which spilled into our universe. The first to cross were the deadly predatory fauna of the Otherverse. No more than animals, but seemingly with an endless hunger for terrestrial life. At first, humanity held its own. For all the savagery of the Otherverse, our technology and weapons gave us an edge that the animals of the alien universe couldn't match. Then came the flora, no less deadly than the fauna it seemed, some toxic to terrestrial life, some carnivorous and predatory, like the animals that had come before. The alien plant life took root in our world and began to terraform it into a copy of its own. With it came the diseases, wave after wave of deadly pathogen. Cracks began to show. Smaller, often rural areas began to fall to the Otherverse. Our food and supply chains began to buckle under the strain. Riots broke out in the cities as food and fuel shortages loomed, and still the Otherverse spilled across the earth. Welcome to our Pandora's Wake Apocalypse Age game. I'm going to be your Games Master this afternoon. I'm Brian F. Irving from DH9 Radio and Gethsemane Games. The system we'll be using is Modern Age by our friends over at Green Ronin Publishing. Do go and check them out at greenroninpublishing.com. The setting is Pandora's Wake by Gethsemane Games. Sound effects are by DH9 Radio's Foley unit, BattleBards and Freetown.org, whilst music is by DH9 Radio's production unit, Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, and Tabletop Audio. The maps are usually by myself as part of Gethsemane Games, but today we have some maps. We may have some maps depending on how far the party get, appearing that are part of the Vile Tiles collection, which is available in the Roll20 marketplace, and I think on DriveThruRPG as well. I will put links to those in the YouTube video underneath for you if you'd like to pick those up. Okay, so the party can now all unmute themselves. I know some people had muted themselves so they didn't accidentally talk over the intro again this week, as has happened once before. Where we left the party last time, Rab had just been betrayed by his gang contacts after trying to buy weapons, drugs and various other things. They had instead tried to kidnap him, and the kidnap attempt turned fatally violent. Excuse me, as Rab and Joe killed 2 or more of the gang members and then fled back to their hiding place. So just before we pick up from there, I'll introduce the cast, who are Mark Savoll as Rab.
You want to make muckles?
Chris Gibson as Adam Taylor. Chris Gibson, who's still on mute, as Adam Taylor. Chris.
I said hello.
Literally nobody heard you. Okay. Jenny Savoll as Erin Black.
Hello.
I was going to say, don't you start. Ben Watson as Joe Watson.
Good evening.
Sean McGuile won't be with us this evening as he is otherwise engaged. So Thomas Gallagher will be sitting tonight's adventure out. And Marie McGowan
He'll be
Irving.
going first on the traps.
Marie McGowan Irving as Elizabeth Lizzie Ryan.
Hello.
A little bit quiet there, Marie.
Okay, try again. How's that?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where we left you all last week, Rab had come back from the... there we go, just move over here. Rab had come back from the rather disastrous meeting with the other gang members, where they tried to kidnap him because they appeared, from what he could gather, to be after information about where he's been hiding out since things went bad, which makes you wonder who in the gang had ordered his kidnapping and who in the gang has taken an unfortunate interest in your hidden bunker. Unfortunately, you're not going to have time to bend too much of your efforts to that because you have a pending problem you're going to need to deal with. Bill, your neighbour, the farmer who sold you the land and the bunker in which you now hide out, has discovered some plant life on his land that you looked at last week. Well, in game terms, you looked at just yesterday. And you also discovered some trails, some tracks, which appear to lead off into the woods and the fens that have got you somewhat alarmed because they're vaguely reminiscent of men o' war tracks. You decided you'd destroy the alien plant life, which you've done, and then the next day, when it was light again, which is now, you would meet up with Bill, and he would, and you would all together go and have a look at these tracks. See if you can trace back where the creatures are, where they're hiding, what they are, what you're going to do about it.
Not to forget the 2 dead bodies, Rab and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rab also has
We
2
brought
dead
them
bodies.
with
Sorry?
I'm saying we brought the bodies with us.
You do have 2
Yeah.
dead bodies in the back of the van that you nicked, yes.
But I did have a
Someone
plan.
suggested. Yeah, it was you, wasn't it? Suggested
Yeah.
feeding them to the.
Feeding them to the
Yeah.
whatever these creatures are, yeah.
Yeah. We actually found out what they were because me and Chris got a pretty good track record.
That's right, you did. And you think they're whippersnappers. You've never encountered these before, but what's left of the internet, you can see people talking about them in other parts of the world. So, let's start. What are you doing with the bodies initially when you go to meet Bill and start the tracking? Are you taking the bodies with you, or are you leaving them
to
somewhere?
meet Bill.
To meet Bill. Might be a bit awkward to show up to meet Bill with 2 dead bodies over your shoulders, but
Pretend one of them's a puppet, you know, like, hello guys, my name's Rob.
This is about to get a bit
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Big old, like, arrow sticking out of his
Swiss Army
head.
man.
Okay,
Should
so
probably hide them.
okay, so where are you gonna hide them?
Actually, we
Check
could
out
get
every
really
shallow
dark.
grave.
We could, if you guys want, we could cut them up and then put them into big old meat sacks, and then we can use that as bait.
Right, well,
But
this is
that
getting
would require
dark.
one of us cutting the dead body up.
And no bother, Sweeney Lecter.
I'm gonna save the brain to eat later.
Oh,
Some nice Chianti and fava beans.
apocalypse is only...
I was just thinking because a
2
meat
months
sack
in
would be
and
less
these guys have-
suspicious.
Yes, but
Less
you guys
suspicious.
getting bone sores and coming out covered in blood with huge
Probably
sacks.
better covering them up and sticking them in
I
the
still
what?
say
Do you
just a
know
temporary shallow grave.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yes, Either we put them in a temporary shallow grave, or we stick them in freezers somewhere. We're in the
Yeah, cover them up and put
The
them in our
bunker.
freezer that we've recently gotten.
yeah.
That's
Because
fine.
I'm thinking if we put them in a grave now, it might draw the creatures out when we're not. You know,
true.
it's possible it might draw them out when we're not
Oh.
really ready for it. So maybe
Okay.
keep them in the bunker somewhere.
Just going to
Stick
keep them
them
in
in the freezer.
the bunker for now, are you? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Everyone knows the best way to break in a freezer is to stick a dead body in it.
Yeah. So
We haven't filled it up with food yet, so
you haven't filled the freezers up with food yet. You do have some food in the freezers,
That big meat parcel.
but you do also have the freezers in your laboratory. This might
True.
possibly be a better option.
I think the other one is bigger, though, isn't it?
I don't know. Let's go and take a look at your bunker with all its new design marks on it, which I really must get around to making a new map that accounts for all the changes that you made.
Can we? Is it possible to like vacuum wrap them? It'll keep the smell in.
Is it possible to vacuum? No.
Well, no,
Going into a
like
freezer.
it's not.
You've
No,
put
it's
far
not
too
as
much
stupid
thought
as you
into this.
It's
I
not
know.
as stupid as you think.
Been watching
You wrap them in an
Dexter or
airtight
something.
bag. No, you wrap them in an airtight bag, and then you like suck the air out with like a vacuum cleaner. Or something.
I know
you
what
using
it
an
means,
input
but I
Dexter?
don't think you're going to have a vacuum cleaner big enough for like 2 burly gangsters.
You don't stuff them in the vacuum cleaner. You stuff them in a bag.
I don't
Then
think
you
you're going to have a
spot
bag
bloke,
big
you
enough.
take them out into the bay and you chuck them in the water.
Right, the walk-in freezer in this storage is definitely going to be big enough. So,
That's big enough.
yeah, I mean, how you're all going to feel about eating from a
Yeah.
freezer that's had...
We can sanitize it down and everything afterwards.
Okay.
Different. It's had dead cows in it. What's
If you
the
really need to, then we'll try and re-roll for another freezer.
It'll be no worse than some of the stuff that Bob puts in it to eat.
Okay,
You
so
don't have to tell people, do you? It's only you two who know about the bodies at the moment.
okay, so you stuff the bodies in the freezer
We're
Be a
not
nice
gonna be
surprise
happy.
for the rest of yours.
for later
Lizzie
on.
finds us in the kitchen. And
Could
goes,
I
"Shit, this is the
have
freezer."
a perception hearing test from everybody except Erin, please?
Oh shit! I rolled. Sorry.
That's all right.
Deception here, eh?
Oh, can we not have her roll?
Nope.
I know it was good. What's sake?
No, because what's happening to her is what you're rolling to hear. Right, Rab sleeps
shit.
through this.
I got a 17 with stunt.
Rab sleeps through it, but everybody else is awoken in the middle of the night by the sound of a breaking bottle and a scream. Right, Erin, you got up in the middle of the night to make yourself. You were having trouble sleeping, so you got up in the middle of the night to make yourself like a milky coffee to help sleep, like a hot milk rather. Opened the freezer to take the milk out. Bleary-eyed, grabbed the milk and then thought, "What's all that that's in there?" And found 2 dead guys stuffed in a freezer.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Why do you feel we're going to all be like Lestat in an interview with the vampire? What have I told you? Not in the house.
Yeah.
Right, so
Dual willpower.
the rest of you, those of you who are awake, obviously Lizzie and the 2 Glaswegians slept through this. It's a regular occurrence up there apparently.
Did I? Oh,
Your perception was 6, exactly the same as Rab's.
Just buzz on down. I'll come running along saying, "What's going on?"
Right, there appears
Fucking bodies in the freezer.
there appears to
Tired eyes, wiping my hand across my eye.
I'm not quite sure why you reached into the freezer to get the milk. I might need to rethink that. But yeah,
She was tired. She wasn't thinking.
yeah, she was tired.
Yeah.
She wanted ice cream, not milk.
Yes, ice cream. That's it. You were going for ice cream and milk. You got the milk out the fridge. Everything was fine. You then thought, "I'll get some ice cream out while I'm on." Opened it. Dead bodies. Dropped the milk. Scream. Everybody came running. Right, so you find 2 contorted and rather bloody bodies just stuffed in bags and then stuffed in the freezer.
I'm just shouting, what the fuck?
I'll come here like, what's the problem?
Bodies in the freezer.
Okay, well, why are you screaming?
Why do you think?
They're already dead. They're not going to hurt you.
Oh, so it was you who put them in there, was it? What the hell's going
The
on?
one with the arrow sticking out his head tried to kidnap Rab.
I love the way he hasn't removed the arrow. He's just left it.
What are you doing? Putting bodies in our freezer?
What do you want us to just jump them on the A1? We get caught.
What happened? Oh,
we didn't
Well,
tell.
we'll
Sorry,
at this point of all this
completely
out.
forgot to tell you.
Yeah, you
so
can if you want
when
to,
we
Mark.
when we went to get the stuff, it was actually a setup, and they tried to kidnap Rab, and so a big old fight broke out, and Rab ended up shooting up one of them, and I ended up shooting up another one. We got the stuff, and they all ran away like pussies. And yeah, I mean, we couldn't just leave the bodies in the parking lot, so we had to bring them somewhere.
We couldn't
To
leave
be
the
honest,
bodies.
that's
Sorry, go on.
It's at this point Rab appears at the door and goes, "Aye man, what he said."
To be honest, it's probably best that you had it in the freezer, not in the ground, because we could have had some even bigger issues than just Erin frightened to death.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean, if
need
you
ice
think about
cream
it as
now. I
well-
need a shot of friggin' 2 of whiskey or something.
Yeah.
Right, I'm
Some
gonna go and
vodka,
read the
there's,
alcohol.
yeah.
Okay, you go read
Oh,
the alcohol
some,
spray.
want some vodka?
You pour some whiskey into the glass. Your hand's still shaking as you try to come to terms with the fact that, like, is this my life now? Or do I live with the kind of people who murder other humans and stuff them in the freezer?
Yes.
Might I become the kind of person who murders other humans and stuff them in the freezer?
Yes.
It was self-defense.
And basically, you're re-examining some of your recent life choices.
Yes, I am.
Meanwhile, if anybody's interested, Lizzie's still sound asleep. Everybody else is gathering around Erin. Well, not everybody else. Like Rab and Joe just don't see the problem at all. It's just completely over their heads. They're like, I don't get it. What's the problem? They're dead already.
2 psychos.
2 psychos. But the rest of you are all like, yeah, that's not what we
Yeah.
expected.
I've probably seen a cadaver, but not like this.
Yeah,
But
not
it's
an
like-
unexpected one next to your bacon.
I mean, they've brought dead bodies here. Like, we're gonna have to think of some way to,
Mistake.
the police could
Just
freaking
put me off
come.
mistake now.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to worry about the police. I cleaned the scene. There's no way they're catching us.
We didn't want to
Yeah,
leave
but-
the incriminating evidence of the dead bodies on the scene in case they traced it back to us, so I brought it home and stuck it in the fridge.
I'm gonna say, but there's cameras. You know, there's road traffic cameras, and I'm
We're
just
not
gonna
idiots.
drink more alcohol.
We weren't like
Fair, the
hanging them
way
out
the
the
world
body.
is.
They weren't like hanging out the window or anything. They were stuffed in the boot. That's where the cameras have seen.
Yeah, but they might be able to figure out you were there when this happened.
That little sports car.
Trust me, Erin. I'm a professional.
Oh dear.
I've done this before.
Oh
I mean, I
dear.
haven't killed anyone
A what?
before. I haven't killed anyone before.
You wet, mate?
But like,
What do you mean by you've done it before then?
removed incriminating evidence. I've never killed a man. This wasn't even murder. It was self-defense. He came at us. He had a gun.
Excuse me, he didn't come at you. He came at me.
He didn't come
right?
at me. He came at you, and I was, defending you. You'd have been in
Well,
someone's
well,
basement by
you've got
now
a
if it
point.
weren't for me.
That's another problem. Why did they attack you in the first place?
I've no idea, but he kept trying to find out where we were and where we'd been and all of this. He kept asking loads of questions about where we were hiding out, and I kept telling him all of these things that were kind of true but not true, but kind of true but not true. And he seemed to be believing it, and the next thing I know, the dude's got an arrow out his head.
Right, okay.
That was after he pointed a gun at me, right enough. So, fair play.
Right, so basically these people have an idea that we have somewhere like this, that we're in this bunker, and they're trying
I
to
kind of
find
think that, I know.
out. Who is asking? What are the name? What's the names?
Stevie the deed guy.
Oh God.
Who was asking? Just point to the freezer, that guy.
Yeah, but who are they asking? Are the ones who were asking dead, or is it somebody else asking who they were the lackeys of?
Well, the one that was doing all the asking, right? He's one of the ones in that freezer right now. The other ones
Right,
were keeping
well.
pretty quiet, apart from saying "ouch, ooya" and "arm a leg."
Erin just takes like a large shot of whiskey.
The thing is, me and Erin have got the highest rep to kind of keep clean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, you've actually got a job, don't you? Yeah.
Not for long at this rate.
Like I'm in the business of saving people's lives, like
yeah.
And that's what we done last night.
You're welcome to like wrap him in a blanket and do some CPR. Might be a bit late.
Freaking weird looking flowers, and now I've got dead bodies to deal with.
I'm gonna give Joe a really evil look. I don't think that's funny sarcasm, Joe.
Actually, on that weird flowers point, these could actually come in very useful for bait tomorrow.
What?
That's one way to get rid of them.
Feeding them to the creatures.
Well,
we've only never
yes.
actually seen them. We just, and we know a little bit, but we don't know exactly what they can get up to. We can try, I guess, but it may
Worth
freak
it,
out
though.
the farmer, and we may lose this place. So
Yeah,
Well, I think
probably
if we've
should.
got creatures roaming around, we need to tell the farmer to stay in his own house.
Yeah.
Does the farmer have a gun?
Yeah, you got shotguns.
maybe someone could keep an eye on him or something, like Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
I
he
mean,
could maybe-
Might ask the farmer if I can borrow his shotgun, then.
Because I know they have a common interest in tractors. So
Actually, no, he should probably keep it to keep him family.
oh, he's got more than one.
Oh, okay, then I'll ask him.
Well, you already
try
have a
and
gun, so-
calm down and
Yeah, but it's illegal.
Well, you using his shotgun would still be illegal.
But I mean, I guess. I just
But
feel
my
like if
point was
I-
rather that if you're going to acquire another gun for the party, maybe giving it to somebody who doesn't already have one might be slightly more
No.
use.
No, I was just thinking like, if I appeared with a pistol, like that's a lot more suspicious than asking him if I can borrow his gun to go kill a monster. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see
Like,
what you mean.
'cause-
I see what you mean.
Rob, did you at least come back with the stuff that you went for? Like the morphine?
yeah, we got everything.
You didn't get everything. You got nearly everything. You got
Oh,
everything
what did we
they'd
miss?
brought, but they didn't bring. Let me just find.
Did not bring everything.
No, they didn't bring the weed,
Oh, fuck it. Oh, yeah.
which is
so-
probably
Oh,
why.
no.
That's probably why you can hear a sobbing noise from Rab.
Oh no, trust me, Rob wasn't kidding when he said he was down to 1.5 tons. And he's growing his own.
That is true. He has grown his own now. Yeah. Okay, so the next day rolls around because it's not long before dawn, and you head out to the farmhouse where you're going to meet up with Bill. Bill's there and ready, and he's got his shotgun like broken over his arm, 2 cartridges in, but the shotgun cracked open. And he's got a bunch of shotgun shells on his belt pouch as well. He's all ready. He's dressed in his finest wellies and tweed.
Of course.
Hello, Bill.
Right. How you doing, Bonnie lad? You alright?
Just a question to the DM. Does
Right.
Bill have? I don't remember. Does Bill have any kids or anything?
Yes, Bill has a family. Yeah, wife and 2 kids.
How old are the kids?
Well, back into character. I see you
Kids
came
are
ready, Bill.
pre-teens.
Right.
I'm ready. Let's go and find these things. So are you guys armed? Because like I know you've got that bow and everything, like, but I've got another shotgun if somebody wants to borrow that.
Do we have these pistols?
Yeah, but
There were 3 pistols in total. I think Rab has one. I know that Joe has one, so there's 1 spare. I don't know who took that one.
there is one.
Who has the, what's your accuracy, Jenny?
Mine. I mean, I've got a compound bow, but hang on a second.
Well, I guess I don't have a ranged weapon, so
Mine is 2 for accuracy.
mine's 1.
I mean, I'm gonna test the water and see if the farmer's okay with us, having pistols. Because like, I still don't really know what kind of person he is. He might snitch.
Aye. He sees that you've got pistols. He goes, "All right, it's probably best in this day and age. We'll keep it a
Okay,
bit
okay.
quiet though, because I'm willing to bet you ain't got a license for that, have you, Bunny lad?"
No.
Tell lies.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
baby's best art of an hour. Reese, does one of you want to borrow this shotgun?
One of
Well,
us should.
if
Who wants a shotgun?
Who's not
Adam-
armed at the moment?
I'll take the pistol if you take the shotgun.
what, me?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
God.
she's already got a bow, mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you've
I'll
got
take this-
Marie as well.
Yeah.
I was gonna, as I've tried to say twice now,
Sorry.
I'll take the shotgun.
Right. Okay, so you take the shotgun and you take the pistol there, Chris. So do you need stats for those, or did I give you the stats for the pistol last time?
You've given the stats for the automatic handguns already.
Right, you are. So I'm going to give out the stats for Marie for your shotgun. So on
I
your...
was supposed-
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say I was supposed to be dissuading him from coming with us.
Yes. You're supposed to be dissuading him at some point, yeah. So I'll just give Marie the stats for the shotgun. So do you know where you're putting this?
But I'm just handwriting it down unless you're putting it in the chat.
Well, I was just going to read it out and then you could put it in your character sheet, but I can do that for you.
Right,
if you need.
hold on. I'll just open my cat. I've got. Right,
I mean, I can put it in your character sheet if it's going to be easier for you.
I go on.
Okay, so let me just find you. Erin, Joe, Rab, Thomas, Lizzie, Ryan. There we go. So we'll just pop this up here. Character sheet, weapons. Oh, you appear to have a compound bow as well. Okay. So it's a double barrel shotgun. Double B shotgun. It has a range, I think, of, hold on, let's just have a look. Double barrel shotgun has a range of 30 yards. Or meters, because we live in a country that uses imperial, and there's not a great deal of difference between yards and meters. Sorry, that uses metric, and there's a great deal of difference between yards and meters. Right, so it's 30 of them, and then that is, it's a touch dark in this room. I think I need the lights up a bit. 2d6 plus 6 damage. Jesus, right. Okay.
Quite a lot of damage. Plus perception as well, isn't it?
Plus perception, so you doesn't have a perception bonus, that's plus 6.
Ah.
Accuracy of 3. So that would be 3 to hit. There we go, that's in your character sheet now, really. Okay, how are you going to talk Bill out of coming with you then?
I think it would be Sean's character, and to be fair.
Right you are.
Tell him he has to sit next to Vab.
Well,
Oh.
I think we can point out to him that these creatures, you know, they might be able to get into a building, like a normal house or something like that, or
Heavily insinuate that if we left his family alone, they're in danger.
he might be
Okay.
better off staying back there himself with Thomas to help defend his house and his family inside of it.
Okay, you can see he's not entirely happy about not coming on the hunt with you, but when you say about like they might come for the house, you and Thomas should stay here to look after the family just in case. That swings it for him. He says, all right, well take this box of cartridges, and he hands you a box of shotgun shells. So that you ideally should. It is an open box. You don't have time to count how many shells are still in it, but it should keep you going. You hope. You managed to talk him into staying here with Thomas, and the rest of you head off up
Hang
to
on.
where you last saw the trail. Yes.
Need to get the bodies.
We
the
should give him a radio or something.
Do you have a
Yeah,
radio?
that's probably a good idea. Yeah,
We
we've
do
got
have
the.
we've got eight
That's
Yeah.
of them, I
right,
think.
you do.
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave a radio with Bill and one with Thomas as well. Then you head back to get the
can-
bodies. Yes, go on.
And while I'm getting the bodies, I also get my thermal goggles and the ghillie suit, because I haven't used it yet.
Him and that ghillie suit. Right, you are. You get your ghillie suit and the thermal goggles. We'll bear that
Absolutely.
in mind.
Let
That
me have a
could
look
come
at
in
this, see if
handy.
there's anything you want to bring.
Can the rest of you make notes of whatever other pieces of equipment you're taking with you on this? And how are you transporting the bodies?
Couple of first aid kits.
Wait! Oh, no, it's fine. I'd completely forgot.
How
Horse
you-
and
Stick
cart.
them in the boot of
We
a car.
have-
What,
We have a horse and cart now.
there's my armoured car. I guess I could drive that with the bodies in the boot.
Yeah, but you're going to be out in the woods, though, is the thing. There's not going to be roads.
Oh,
and
is it
Have
out
them
in the
strapped
actual
on the roof
woods,
like deer.
right.
No, actually, you're right. You should be fine. These alien monstrosities have decided to lair at the closest travel lodge.
I don't know. I was just thinking it
I'm
was
just
like
winding you up.
round field land, and they might come out into the open or something.
Oh, does the farmer have any quads we can borrow?
Okay, good point.
I mean-
That's the sort of thing you might have.
To be fair, we could drive the car up to the edge of the
You
woods.
could drive the car up to the edge of the woods, yeah.
and then we've got a vehicle to get in if things go really bad. That's armoured.
Yeah.
You know, we could
Oh.
leg it to the.
Yeah, okay, the farmer doesn't have any quads, so that driving the vehicle up to the edge and then getting the bodies out later when you need to might be your best bet.
Does sound good. Aye.
Okay,
Okay.
you drive on up there, park up as close to the woods as you can. You're actually driving across fields and whatnot, and you kind of park the thing on the edge of the woods where you last saw the trail, and you start to head in. Could I have a tracking roll, please? That would be perception tracking.
Shit.
Okay, Joe, you can't see any. You're more concerned about the fact you're getting mud on your boots. But Erin and Chris have both managed to find some some tracks,
Okay.
which just occasional ones. Every now and again you see a mark in the ground. What you're more
Right.
tracking by, though, is the number of places where you see bits of bark have been torn off trees by something passing,
Right.
something hard. And you remember that the creatures you're hunting are supposed to have a carapace, so you think it might be the carapace rubbing against the bark. A little bit further on, you see some broken
Could I use
twigs and
something with
stuff.
my stunt points?
What's done points? Oh, yes, you could. Yeah,
I
go
got
ahead.
5, yeah.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was going to use intuition.
Okay.
Investigation. The GM reveals a fact about the object or test you could not have noticed or deduced simply by interacting with it.
Okay.
When they uncover a clue, you gain 2 leads instead of 1.
Okay, so as well as being on the right track, it's occurred to you that there are some old drift mines about 2 miles out from here. You think that's where the creatures are going to be.
From the tracks, can we deduce roughly how many of them there are?
It's difficult to say, but you'd think this hunting party seems to be about half a dozen.
Right, okay.
That doesn't mean to say the entire colony's only half a dozen, but this hunting party was.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Right, well.
Be wary,
that
guys.
info.
Okay, you're pressing on a little bit more cautiously. Could I get a perception, seeing or hearing test from each of you, please? Each of you can make one or the other, but you can decide which one you're going to make.
If I make seeing with the thermal on, would that augment it in any way?
No, because broad daylight at the moment. So, I mean, it'll be handy
gonna
if you
have-
go inside the mines, but other than that, Marie, you were going to say?
I'll have perception hearing.
Right, you are.
Where's Mark? Are you awake?
Yes, just Alex is talking to me.
All right.
Okay, so who amongst you? Well, I'll just
did.
work through and see what everybody scored. So, Adam, what did you score? What did Adam Taylor score?
9.
9. You can't see or hear anything as you're creeping through the woods trying to look for the next thing. Up ahead, you're distracted slightly by the fact that you see a strange coloured plant standing about 1.5 feet, 2 foot tall. It's a round, purple, fronded thing that doesn't look native to this world. You've been slightly distracted by that. Ben, what did you get?
17.
Right, Ben, you can see the deeper in from here, about 20 metres away, but watching you, there's a pony-sized creature with sort of purplish red carapace, and as it notices you look at it, it kind of slowly pulls itself back behind a tree.
Because Joe's really feeling like he's a soldier right now, he's going to do that fist hand motion to stop everyone.
Right,
And
you
when
are.
no one pays attention to him, he's going to be like, "Oi, get down!"
I'm getting my camera out to take a picture of a plant.
Okay, you get your camera out to take pictures of a plant, and I'm going to take you over to the first encounter.
Yeah, and Joe's going to point out where that thing was, wherever it was.
Look in the bottom right-hand corner. Make sure you can all see.
I can see.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can see. Oh, the water's got effect. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So you can see. So you can see the strange purple circular plants that have sputtered up about here every now and again.
I forgot what they're called in real life, but are those underwater like sea anemones?
They actually look a lot like sea anemones, except they're on the land. Yeah.
Strange plants, those things are. Or animal, whatever they are, they'll be good. Animals.
Well, you went ahead, didn't you? So you shouldn't be here.
All right, then I'll go. Jeez. I'll move a little bit forward, and while I do that, I do want to go into stealth mode.
Okay.
I'll be like, you said you were taking a photo of a picture, so I guess you got to be here. Go on, you get ahead. I'll be stealth like
Did-
here, I guess.
Me and Lizzie see, because We got a 12 and a 13.
I got 11 on that.
How odd. Yes, anybody who got 12, 13, actually 11 or higher will see the creatures as well.
Because I got 5 stump points with 9 then.
Okay, go ahead and tell me what you'd like to do with them. I'm just going to... One of the APIs is already not behaving as expected.
That's good.
Isn't it? It's a new one. I've never used it in anger before, so this might be my problem. It is, yeah.
Wait a minute, there's a red plant up there. That's interesting.
There is a red one.
Chris, go lick it. The botanist. You'll know if it's poisonous by taste.
No, what? How's that work out?
I can't feel my tongue. It's very poisonous.
Can I do an on-site sample of this plant
Let me just have a look where you are.
with
Yes.
Earth Sciences?
Yes, you can. Yes, give me an Earth Sciences rule for now, then.
Can I use 2 stunt points on intuition again, just in case there's something we've not noticed? Like, because I want to know if there's more than one of the fuckers about.
Okay.
Or anything else that's useful. Plus 3 in aha to gain plus 3 points to spend on the next test.
Yeah, you can. Okay, Adam, you notice some slightly barbed hooks on these plants. They're very, very fine. Not much larger than you would find on nettles. But if there's one thing you do know about the alien life of the other verse, it's if that's going to sting you, it's probably going to be more serious than a nettle rash.
I'll use intuition as well with 2 points of my 3.
Yep,
For an
okay.
extra piece of information.
It's definitely poisonous then.
Okay.
Great.
Guys, stay away from the plants.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they might shoot out as well. I'm not sure. I'm not fully investigated it, but they're definitely poisonous.
One of those things just moved.
It did, yes. And now that you've noticed it, I suggest we probably should go
Can
over...
I be stealth? When I saw the thing originally, I would have went into hiding, so can I just do that?
Yes. Make a stealth roll for us.
So I'm going to get plus 3 on whatever I get. I think it's plus 3.
Okay.
Let me check. Need to find wherever I put this. Oh, it's plus 2. Okay.
It's kind of hypnotic watching that river.
It's a really nice map, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just the
This
river.
one's a combination of my work and some stuff that I bought on Roll20. So all the moving stuff, the trees is actually purchased from Roll. Actually, I think this is all of the people's stuff put together. This one. So this is the first. Is this the first map of the campaign that wasn't mine? No, we used one last week as well, didn't we?
Well, Ben's got
We
his
also
goodies
had
on.
the oil platform.
And the oil platform. That's right. Yeah. So cool.
I got a 20, by the way.
You got a 20 for your stealth. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you can put a little ninja marker on yourself, please, so that we know you're quite well hidden. Could everybody now give me an initiative roll, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you've got all those fancy markers.
I'm thinking of buying the pack of them.
Yeah, they're quite
Put
good
the
then.
full marker.
Wow, Lizzie's like zooming around. Holy hell. You got even higher the second time. What the hell?
I don't know what happened there. I only clicked it once. It's just done it twice.
Okay, and it
That'll be the only good rolls I
Well,
get for the
don't
entire
you? It allows you to
campaign.
roll twice, doesn't it? Anyway, so you could
Could
not
you
keep
tell
the
me what the
23?
result was, please, Marie? Because you don't appear to have gone into the thing.
I've got the first time I got a 21 and the second time I got 23.
Christ, okay. I'm going to put the 21 in, unless
That's
you
fine.
do have a thing. Can everybody check the turn order, make sure they see themselves there?
You can see an image file.
Yes.
I'll reload.
Sorry,
I mean, you don't have to
my,
literally see yourself there, just make sure that the name tags in that you're there. Is
don't
Rab
see
in
like
there?
my total.
Nope.
Rab's not there. Okay.
I can see a 9, an 8, and a 6 with an unloaded picture next to it.
Yeah, that's the beasties.
No, Rab's not there.
Okay. And what did you get for Rab's initiative?
2 seconds. I appear to have not rolled it, even though I did click it.
Ah, right. Okay. That's maybe why you didn't go in then.
15.
15? Okay, so I'll just reorder everybody in initiative order. And first, oh god, the creatures are very slow. So,
Joe, are you going to tell the group what you saw, by the way?
yeah, anybody who scored 11 or better earlier has already seen the creatures. If you haven't, then when it gets to your go, the first round, you'll have to pass. So,
I did try and tell everyone, but you kind of
are you going to try and
didn't
tell
pay
everybody?
attention to Joe.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did,
well,
I
nobody
did try
listens
before,
to
but
Joe.
y'all
So.
ignored him, so...
So, Lizzie, what's Lizzie doing?
Did Joe told us what he saw? Yeah.
Yes, so you can
Tried
make
to.
another roll to see if you can see. He's kind of pointing off into the trees. So you can give me another test to see if you see the
Yeah,
creatures.
perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I got that intuition stump thing. Just
No, I
remember.
still can't really see, but I'm going to move up level with Joe.
Right you are. Move yourself up level with Joe. You haven't really
So
spotted.
I'll hold the action in case I need it.
Okie dokie, you can do that. That annoying hiss is back again.
What's Bill doing here?
Bill shouldn't be here because you talked him out of common, so I'll just remove him. Okay, Jenny, you were trying to tell me something there. What was it?
Yeah, because I got stunts on the seeing test.
Okay, so you've
you
spotted
remember-
that there are 3 of them in this hunting pack, and that they've spread out to try and sort of encircle you.
Okay. Instead of... Because I was going to use the other 3 to gain +3 on a test, but can
Okay.
I use it instead to make sure everybody knows where all of them are? Maybe?
Yes, you can. Okay, so Lizzie, you can now see them. She's pointed them out to you. So as you get into cover behind Erin, she points out these approaching creatures. So you can now take that action if you want to.
What do we think, guys? Do I shoot one of them?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Looks
What's
like
the worst that can happen?
they're hunting us out there at the
Yeah.
minute, I think. So.
Yeah. Okay,
already know
so
we're here.
There's one
Yeah.
at 10 metres, there's one at 12 metres, and there's one at 14 metres.
I'll take the one at
All of
10,
them
the
well in
closest
range.
one.
Take the closest one, so that's the one at 10, that's this one here, the middle-ish one.
And I'm going to try the double-barreled shotgun.
Okay, are you going to discharge both rounds at once or one at a time?
I'll do one at a time.
Oh, okay, so you fire one shot this round, the other shot you'll fire next round. Or, later. Okay, so you point it in the general direction of the beastie and fire. There's a massive bang sound as the shotgun discharges at the whippersnapper, tears across and hit. That's a hit. And you've got 2 points of combat stunts as well.
Oh, fantastic. Right, I'll do the damage first.
I mean, you've hit its side. It almost managed to dodge out the... Oh, shit.
Nice.
My
I'm
poor
just
little
gonna look at the
whippersnapper.
combat.
What's it ever done to you? So it's only got 3 points of ballistic armour, so 14 damage gets through. Fucking hell.
That's nice. Who's got the bodies, by the way?
They're in the car.
In the car.
Oh, I thought we were bringing them in once we got out of the car.
I think you were waiting until you actually encountered some creatures. I understood the plan to be, but I mean, if you want to be counting the bodies with you now, you can be. We'll assume you've just dropped them during the fight.
Right. I'm going to use...
Go on.
Vicious blow.
Right,
Get another
okay.
1d6.
Roll the extra damage. Oof! Right you are. Okay, so As you'll notice, the creature's in quite a bad way. You hit it with a shotgun. You blow off one of its legs and 3 of its whips. It's shrieking in pain. It's, "Ah!" The other creatures kind of look at it for a moment and look back at you, completely failing to understand what the hell has happened. Joe, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try and follow that up, but I'm using my bow because I want to be quiet.
You're going to try and finish the thing off with your bow. Go ahead.
Sneak.
May as well aim.
Yeah, might as well. That's 16. That's a hit. It's ballistic damage, so it only gets 3 points of armor.
I'm guessing you only have to do a couple of damage.
So that's 5 damage. So your bow slams into the...
I did an extra 3 on top of that because of my pinpoint. I assume I've got a higher dex than it, I mean.
You have, yes. You follow the shot up with the bow, and the arrow slams into the raw wound that Lizzie's shotgun had already created. The creature stops screaming and slumps down dead.
Yay.
The other whippersnapper's completely unaware of what's going on. Don't really understand the concept at all. Rab, what would you like to do?
I am going to fire my handgun at them.
Right, you are. From where you are, you have one at 17 meters, which is in cover behind a tree, and one at 13 meters, which is in cover behind a lot of trees. Let me just have a look and see if you can actually see. Right, you can't see the one of them, so you'll have to aim at this one over here. Even then, it's a lot of cover, so your target number is going to be 14 to hit.
What? How is that possible?
That's an interesting result. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me just bring up your character sheet and see what's broken on it. It looks like it's going to be a miss anyway, but I want to fix that character sheet before. So. Okay, let's have a look. So, did you roll?
I would deal with aim as well.
It would have been with
I rolled it from the attack section.
It should be a hit, I think. If is it plus 2
rolled it
for
from
aim?
the attacks. Ah, right. Okay, I see why. Its stats don't seem to have gone in properly, so it would be an accuracy attack. So that's 1, and it would be it's a handgun, so it's semi-automatic handgun, 2d6 plus your perception, so it's 2d6 there, d6. Right, you are. That's it keyed in properly now. So it would have been 6, 7, 8, 9, which you rolled, plus 1 for your accuracy. That's a miss. Oh. So you just charge the handgun and blow a limb off one of the trees. The creature kind of looks up towards the tree, if you can call it looking, because you can't see any eyes, but its head points at one of the trees where the limb just kind of drops off, as if it's trying to figure out what's going on. It just doesn't seem to understand the concept of missile weapons at all. Erin, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try and fire my bow at this one.
Okay, that's the same one Rab shot at. So from your
quite
position...
behind cover from my position, I don't think.
Let me just have a look. No, it's out in the open from where you are.
Hey. Right, let's see.
That's a 10, that's a miss. So you take... Oh, well, actually, there's a point. Did you take aim?
It didn't give me the option to aim, but I would have done.
That's because I think your character sheet will be set to toggle. So if you look top left, you should have 2 little toggle boxes. One will say whisper, one should say aim. You can toggle it on rather than it asking. But anyway, I'll assume you aimed. Well, I'll make that an 11. That's a hit with a bow.
Right.
So go ahead and roll it
It's
down.
got whisper, it doesn't have aim.
Okay, well, use the cog on your character sheet. It'll take you over to a section of stuff you can turn on and off. If you look on the left-hand side, there'll be a list of stuff one of them will be whisper, one of them will be aim. You can set aim to either toggle or to prompt, whichever you think's better for you.
Prompt for aim, there we go.
Yeah.
Right, sorted.
There we go.
Okay, I will roll the damage.
Okay, go ahead.
You can do a short burst with that one stunt point.
Oh, well, crossbow you can't. That
Oh,
was
no,
compound.
sorry, I forgot she was using.
Yeah. You do have one stunt point, though. That is a good point. You've done 10
Rapid
points of
reload.
ballistic damage. So that's 7's got past its armour.
Right, I'm just looking at stunts then. Where would it be? It's not a firearm. General combat.
General combat stunts, yeah. General combat.
Shit, cover.
Fucking leaves.
Oh god, there's quite a few here.
There are.
Oh wow. Right, I'll use take cover.
Okay. Do you want to read that out for the listeners at home and for the Games Master who hasn't read it?
It says, if you can find cover in your immediate vicinity, gain a cover rating equal to SP spent up to the maximum rating available nearby.
Okay, well, you would have had a cover rating of 1 anyway, so we'll say you've kind of dug in a bit deeper into the undergrowth. That gives you a cover rating of another 1, so that's 2 you're up to now.
Okay, cool.
And you've done 10 points of damage to the creature, so the arrow slams into it. As it's bellowing, the arrow kind of hits through one of its tendrils, which is obviously not carapaced. So it's got an arrow stuck through it. It's now bleeding and hissing at you. It's worked out that you seem to have something to do with all this weird shit that's going on around it, so it's going to try and eat you to death when it gets a moment. So, Adam, would you like to do anything before Jenny's inevitable demise?
Is this a certain thing, or is it just a piece of water?
Yeah, it's just like a muddy, watery pool.
Okay. In that case, then, I'll do. I'm not sure what I can do because I can't
Should we not
see
fling
them.
the bodies at them?
Throw the bodies at them, yeah.
Get them to eat them.
No, I think we
first
should
and then
save the
we'll kill them.
bodies for because I think there's going to be more.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to use power. I'm going to use inspire.
Okay, yes.
So you inspire calm courage to your friends and allies. If they're conscious and within sight of you, allies gain +1 bonus to willpower related tests.
Okay. Well, if these things charge you, you would be making a willpower related test to not panic. So you will all gain +1 as a consequence. As Adam's yelling at you all, don't worry, they seem really easy to bring down. They're not as tough as they look. Kind of.
I'm going to try and hit this one. There is a tree.
There is a
slightly
tree, so
away.
it will be giving it some cover. From there, it's not entirely concealed the way it was with. Well, it wasn't entirely concealed, but it was highly concealed from Rav. Let me just take a look at yours. No, it's still actually most of the pogs, so it's going to be a 2-point cover. So your target number is going to be 13.
Okay. This is without aiming because I already did the thing.
So you fire your semi-automatic pistol. Actually, that's a hit. Bang! You fire 1 round downrange and twitches some of the branches, knocking some smaller branches off and hitting the creature at the same time. Roll the damage. Well, not literally at the same time. It's a fraction of a second later, but you know what I mean. 7 points of ballistic damage. So that's 4 gets through. So it twitches as the bullet blasts a hole through its carapace and wounds it. It's quite angry about that as well, as you can imagine it might well be. And it is the creature to go, so it's now going to charge at the closest. The closest, I think, closest to the 2 people it's identified as shooting at it. So,
can it see me? Because I saw you.
It's not going for you. You're not one of the options.
Okay, that's fine.
So actually, that's you I'm looking at. I was mistaking you for Erin. Sorry. So the closest would be Adam then. At 15 meters. So it'll use its first action to rush up there. So its speed's 11. It gets 11 of those 15 meters. And then its second action will be a charge once it gets close enough. So it rushes up here. You notice it's a little bit cautious about the water, so it kind of propels itself over with a powerful springy jump. It scrabbles up the far end. Not great jumpers, so even though it's only just over a metre, its back tendrils trail in the water. It hisses and flails like it's panicking. And a bit like a cat that's dropped itself in a bath.
Oh.
In the water, are they?
Yeah, and then it seems to be, and then it rushes forwards to attack Adam, because you're closer than the only other person it's identified as a threat. So it will attempt to kill you to death with a...
So
It's going to try a... I think these things get a... it's a
Don't need
minor
courage
action.
checks, by the way.
Okay. Yes, you will need a willpower courage check whilst this thing's trying to whip strike you. 12 is a pass. I think, actually, just give me a second to check. No, it's not. Okay, so you don't get a major action next round then.
Oh, shit.
So this creature's rushed in, and what is your defense?
My defense is 12.
12, so it narrowly misses you with one of these whipping tendrils that lashes out. You panicking, sort of dodge backwards. You can feel the nervousness building up in you. You don't get a major action next round because you
Dodge backwards. So.
So that one's dead. I can take that one off. So that one will be this one. And unfortunately, Adam, you're at the front from this one's perspective as well.
Guys, help!
So it comes rushing down there, sploosh, sploosh, sploosh through the slightly lighter water. Oddly enough, it didn't seem to mind this water here.
Right.
Not running,
There's still
is it?
exactly that seems to be part of the problem for it anyway. So it lashes out at Adam. I should have really made a distance check, see if it needed. No, it's got that in a minor action. So yeah, it's still only going to get one attack on you, unfortunately for it. So it's going to try a whip strike as well.
It looks so weird. It's like you put some giant teeth on a woodlouse.
Yes, exactly. It's attacked you, and again you've managed to use the tree as cover, so it's whipped the tree. You can see bits of bark go flying where the whips max the tree. So it is the next combat round, and it's Lizzie to go. Adam seems to be getting attacked by two of these things. What would you want to do?
Laugh.
Marie.
I will. I've got my second shot, haven't I?
You have. There is a bit of a danger now that you might hit Adam, but it's not.
I'm going to aim for this one here, the closest one.
You okay? You're going to aim for the closest one, which is already injured.
If you hit it, I'm pretty sure it's dead.
So if she does anything like the damage she did the last time, it will be, aye.
Yeah.
So roll to hit. That's a 14. That's a hit. So go ahead and roll the damage. 9 points of damage.
Not as good as the last time.
It's not as good as the last time, but it's still
enough,
very badly damaged it. Blowing one of its back legs off completely and damaging one of its flailing tendrils as well. It still charges. It's got like 8 legs. That's your shotgun now empty. It will be a major action to reload. Yeah. Joe, it's you to go. What would you like to do?
Minor action to reload the boat. Major action to shoot the thing in the bumhole.
Right, okay.
I will not be aiming now.
That's 13. That's a hit. So you put a shot into the back end of the creature, round about where the previous shotgun wound went. 7 points of damage.
1d6. Oh, quite a lot of damage.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Shit, that is quite a lot of damage.
13 damage.
So the arrow slams into its already wounded flank where the shotgun shells tore away a lot of its armor and obviously pierce something vital because it shrieks maniacally, thrashes about, and then just thump, blat, dead. Lots of blood. Lots and lots of blood. Rab, what would you like to do?
I am going to charge the other one and twat it with my sledgehammer.
Right you are. You grab your sledgehammer and run up towards the last one. Go ahead. Do a twatting it. And that's a hit.
Stunt point.
So you go, oh, it is 4 stunt points as well, aye.
Let's see.
Vicious blow.
You could do another attack. Minor attack.
Actually, it's just occurred to us before you attack it, I'm going to need a courage roll from you.
No.
So I'm going to need a willpower courage.
Get a +1 though.
I'm free Glasgow, you bam, you con me a bar bag. What's coverage under?
It is willpower.
Willpower. 13.
Willpower.
Oh shit, no, sorry, 10.
Okay, so you needed to beat 13, so even with your +1, that's still not going to be enough. So unfortunately, you grab your big hammer. You take one look at the thing, thinking, I'm going to grow in there and smash it, and then realise that these flailing limbs are everywhere. You cannot imagine how you get near it without having your face torn off. So you don't make the attack this round, but you will get your full actions next round. So, Erin, what would you like to do?
I am going to attempt to fire at the creature.
Okay, well, as long as you're shooting at it, you can do that, because that's not a...
Yeah, I'm not getting close.
you don't need a courage roll to get close, because you're not getting close. So go ahead and shoot. This is with a pistol, isn't it? Or bow.
Compound bow, so
Compound
I'm
bow.
aiming again.
You can't aim,
Oh, can I not?
because you would have needed to rearm the bow. You'd have needed to put another knock another arrow,
Shit, yes.
which would be a minor action. That is
Still
still
a
a hit,
17.
though. That's 17. So your bow thuds into the side of the creature. Go roll the damage. Bows count as ballistic damage, so it uses its lower armor rating.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
11.
yeah.
Jesus, I'm going to have to up these things' toughness a bit.
I mean, I think that maybe I expected them to have higher armor rating with having a carapace and everything.
I think I'm going to increase the armor rating. Bear in mind, this is partly a play test.
Yeah.
It would seem that their armor ratings are a touch on the low side. I based it on one of the types of armor that you guys have got. I think I should have gone a touch heavier. I don't want to go too heavy, though, because I don't want it to be as heavily armoured as a scuttlebutt.
Maybe like a 13 or something?
That you're talking defence rather than armour there.
Oh shit, sorry, yes. Armour.
You could make it. You could actually make it harder to hit, as in like it's harder to hit the weak point on the carapace.
No, because that would have massive knock-on effects. Because to make it harder to hit, I'd have to up its dexterity, which would increase its chances to hit, which would increase its speed, which would.
Could you not just artificially increase it though?
Well, what for when I can just increase the protection of its carapace?
Yeah. What's it currently at for the protection?
4 and 3, so 4 normal, 3 ballistic.
Right.
Touch on the low side maybe, so we'll... For the next encounter, I'll pop them up by 1. If that's still low, I'll pop them up by 1 again till we get what we're happy with. Just bear in mind, this is a bit of a play test for transferring these creatures into this system.
Yeah.
So, okay, that one's injured. And it would be Adam, you to go next. You don't get a major action this round. What would you like to do?
Fight yourself.
That's it.
Okay. Hide behind the tree. Right, okay. Actually, give me a dexterity stealth roll to see if you can actually sort of... If you can confuse it... Well, more confuse it enough that it goes for one of the other nearby humans instead of you.
Aye, that's right. Get it on one of us instead.
Right, you are. So you kind of try and hide behind the tree in the hopes that its tension will be elsewhere. Let's find out if its perception seeing gets higher than, or perception tracking gets higher than 12, it still comes after you. If not, it will break off and attack Ram instead.
I imagine he's just holding up a singular leaf and hiding behind that.
Nope, it's definitely coming after you. Seeing you try and use the tree as cover, it decides to lash out. Now this time, it's going to, because it doesn't have to move, it can make a whip strike as a minor action, which is a hit with 4 stunts, and a whip strike with a major action.
Can it see me?
Yep, we already rolled that bit. So that's a hit. So it's got 2 hits on you. The first hit with stunts, so let me just work out what it's going to do with 3 points of stunts. Its preferred stunt is...
We can't see
Yeah.
its rolls, by the way.
Oh shit, can you not? Hold on.
No.
That's because when it was stealth and I didn't want you to see and put it on whisper.
Mm.
There we go. It's going to make a lightning attack, so it'll get a 3rd attack against you this round as well. Its 3rd attack will be to bite. So the first attack is a whip that does you 2 points of damage.
Wow, is that it?
Yeah, it's not very powerful. Its whip, I might up that as well if I'm honest. Its second attack also did 2 points of damage, and then its bite attack, which it gets from its stunts, is 14. That's a hit, and that does 5 points of damage.
Okay.
So it's lashing away at you, and as you're trying to dodge, it lunges forward and bites your hand for 5 damage. That is the creature done. So
I was willing to use a conviction if I had to, by the way.
I don't think you're going to need to. The thing about these creatures is they're pack hunters, so they're not designed to be hugely powerful on their own, because they usually come at you in large numbers.
Right. Yeah.
And later on during the apocalypse, it actually says in the write-up I created for them that once they learn that humans are dangerous, they only attack if they outnumber the humans 2 to 1. But this is their first encounter with humans of being preying on cattle. So you don't look dangerous compared to cattle, to a creature that doesn't understand what a gun is. So if any of these survive, they will learn. Lizzie, what are you going to do?
I'm reloading the shotgun.
Okay. You use a major action to reload the shotgun. Joe, it's you to go.
I will shoot it.
Okay, so you use a minor action to knock another arrow and a major action to shoot it. Go ahead and roll.
At least I hope I shoot it. I shoot
Yeah,
it.
you shoot it. And with 6 stunt points.
All right. Question: if I do double team, which would allow a friend to attack it,
Yes.
would that friend be in Rab? Would he have to make that willpower save again?
Nah, because he only has to do it the first time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's 2 points. I'll need to double check. General combat. Yeah, I'll use group tactics so Rab can hit it with a sledgehammer.
Right.
That's for 2. I'll use so many to pick from. Rapid reload and then lightning attack. That would be 4, so that's all of them.
Shit, right, okay.
No,
Yeah.
that would be that wouldn't be all of them, but I wouldn't really be able to do anything else.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Go ahead.
By the way,
Yes.
wouldn't Rab have recovered his hit points by this point, because he's still down from the last encounter?
Rab had a night's sleep, so he should have 10 plus his level plus his constitution back in hit points, yes.
I've got me back on full anyway.
Ah, right, cool.
9,
Okay, so
16 damage total.
fuck's sake.
16?
And Rab, you get hit with a sledgehammer.
Hold on, how did he get to 16? I can see 5.
Because I did 7 damage with the first attack plus my d6.
Oh, right, yes, sorry, I
I
wasn't
did a
looking at the
lightning
first
attack, and then I did 5.
Right, so you don't add the 2 damages together because I have to apply its... do you know I've not been
Yeah,
applying the thing's toughness?
Ah.
That might be why it's been going down so easy.
Yep. So I should be taking another point off, and I haven't been. Never mind, the others were all killed by more than 1 hit point, so they would have gone anyway. But this one, your first attack did 11, yeah? That's,
And then the second did 5.
yeah, well, you've got to calculate them separately because the armour has to be applied each time. So your first one did 11. So that's 4 off that. That's 7 gets through. So minus 7. And then your second one did how much?
5.
5. So 4 comes off
Only
that for
one
its
will get
armour,
through.
so only 1 gets through. Yeah, they are a bit tougher when you remember to apply their toughness. Okay, so you've hit it. It's still alive, but Rab can now have his attack at it if he wants to. Because you double teamed.
Motherfucking lookly.
And then it'll be your normal attack. This is the one you get for Joe's stunt points.
Meh.
And then you get your normal one. So this is the double team. You go rushing in and wang it with your hammer.
I do what?
Wang it with your hammer. Hammer it with your wang if you prefer.
Okay.
Oh dear God. Right, okay, so 14, that's a hit. Roll of damage.
What's your email address for complaints, Brian?
th9radio@mail.com.
10.
You gotta,
radio@mail.com.
gotta make up for the Sean jokes.
Yes, exactly. So that's 10 points of damage, so 5 gets stopped. Ah, bollocks! How would you like to do this?
What?
How would you like to do this?
Well, I just leap in shouting, "Fuck yeah!" and bring the sledgehammer down on his back as hard as I can.
Right, you are. You hear it. The carapace cracks. The thing screams and screams as you've very clearly badly damaged it. So you bring the hammer down again, break its back. It's still flailing and screaming. You bring the hammer down a third time and a fourth time and a fifth time till it just stops moving.
And I'm still bringing the hammer down.
Okay.
Patty.
Stop. Hammer time.
Right, I'll make you feel a little bit better. I got 6 stun points earlier, so that's 1 for the complication pool.
Ah, yes, of course. 1 for the
How
complication.
much does the first aid kit give you back?
Okay, it doesn't quite work like that. What
I
you
think
need
these
to do
creatures
is
are beyond first aid kit.
in order to make a healing test, you have to have something you can use as a bandage. So you can either use a first aid kit, otherwise you start tearing strips off your clothing.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Tear it off my
It's
loincloth.
essentially a tool that allows you to use.
It allows you
So
to
I've
use the
got-
skill.
Okay, I've got the first aid kits. I bought 5 with me, so.
Okay. Okay, Jesus,
yeah.
right? Okay, yeah. One can sometimes
The rest
last.
will be in the car. I'll have
Yeah,
one
of
on me.
course.
Yeah.
Okay, so your first encounter with these whippersnappers has gone a bit better than you might have hoped.
Mm.
These were probably just a couple of runs.
Yes, let's call them that. And I will just make the adjustments to the character sheet that we know are going to be needed.
These are the babies
I'm
and
very
haven't run into the
curious.
player.
By the way, isn't Lizzie's sister going to be here with us?
She was going to come with you, wasn't she, now you mention it? The whole burying the bodies thing seems to have put her off, though.
No worries.
So I'm upping
I'm
their
very
hit points a
curious.
touch, and I'm going to up their carapaces a little bit. Let's just see what ballistic armor would... Well, it wouldn't be ballistic armor for these guys.
Yeah, I'm going to get a sample from these, and I'm going to cultivate the flower
Okay, yeah.
to get the
I want to
poison.
inspect them and see how they see. Or how they, perceive.
Okay, give me... If you're going to cultivate the flower, give me an earth sciences test. If you're going to try and figure out these creatures, give me a biology test, please.
Not really my area, but... An 11.
I got a 19 for biology and a 16 for earth sciences,
Okay.
with a stunt points on the biology.
Okay, so... for the earth sciences, you've managed to safely take some samples of these plants. It looks very much like they're pollinated by animals rubbing past them. So they're not firing spores into the air like some fungi do. The problem is you suspect they're also... the leaves themselves are toxic. You don't know what the toxins would do, but they've definitely got the same kind of barbed hooks that are terrestrial nettle, thank you, would have. But closer down, actually, wait a minute, I think that's the wrong... No, sorry, they're not actually... They don't reproduce like that. They reproduce by budding, so they send tendrils out. And then a new plant grows from that. Sorry, my mistake.
Like strawberries, I think.
I don't know anything at all about strawberries.
It's more like
Then we'll pretend I'm right.
Okay,
it's
let's
more
do
like
that.
blackberry bushes.
Okay, yeah. So that's why you're seeing this kind of patch effect where you've had nothing till you got here and then you've got a cluster of them. You also think that the red one is... There's something odd about the red one. You're not sure what it is.
I've not seen the red one yet, so.
Okay.
Hey, look over there, the red one.
Okay, so I've made adjustments to the whippersnappers that I think will
Did
make
I
them more
figure
what we had
out
in mind.
how these guys perceive with an 11? Although like that. Oh wait, no, Chris got a better roll than me. He got
Okay,
a 19.
yeah, he got a 19. So, the whippersnappers, the odd thing is they've got no eyes as such. They have two very small pits in the front of the carapace, which you'd initially taken to be nostrils, some kind of nostrils. But on closer inspection, you realise that they don't have a sense of smell so much. They taste the air with their tongues. Those pits are actually some kind of eye-like structure.
That's weird.
Similar to the sort of second eye you see in some kind of snakes that have the ability to see infrared. It's like an infrared pit.
Are you telling me these things can see infrared? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They can definitely see infrared. What you're not clear about is how they can see the visual spectrum.
So if I look at these guys, the freshly dead ones, through my thermal goggles, do they show up at all?
Yes, but much cooler than you'd expect.
I'm going to use all my stunt points on that one. The 6 for breakthrough.
Okay.
Gain not only information, but some form of incontrovertible proof. Reduce the total number of leads on the path to by 1, jumping to the further point of investigation immediately.
Okay. So, those pits that register infrared, they do also see other light spectrums, but they're nowhere near as good as a terrestrial eye, even a human eye. So, they can see things like the terrain and the plants and whatnot, but they don't see as clearly as we do, except in the infrared.
Okay.
They see very well in the infrared spectrum.
Do we have enough
But
information
they
on
will
this
be
beast?
colourblind beyond that.
Okay. Do we have enough information on this beast to add it to our beastry now?
Yes, I think you do.
You do that when you want, or whatever.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no
Oh,
problem.
we gotta
I'm gonna
give it a colourful nickname as well.
You can, yes. I mean, the standard nickname I've been using does not have to be the one that you use. In fact, if anybody's got the original rules for Pandora's Wake using a Gethsemane Games rule system, you'll notice that every monster in there has at least 2 and usually up to 5 different names.
I'll allow Joe to name this because he was the one who wanted to investigate them.
Okay, so
I've already named like 2 of the other ones. I mean, you can if you want. I named the Spermosaurus, which I'm very proud of.
Well, actually, one of the names we give it, with the Vanguard, is essentially the same thing, just in a slightly different language route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we also be... Are we just going to bring the bodies with us? Or are we going to try and bury or put some down as bait and then hide in the trees or something to see if any more come out?
Well, Mr. Adam theorized that they might be hiding out in the mines. We could drag the bodies near the mines and then just dump them there.
Mm-hmm. Because they need to eat them first and then we kill them.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is getting gruesome.
Or they at least need to eat the bits that, have arrows and bullet holes in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you press on towards the mines, trying to make sure that you don't stumble into any more of those creatures, but you do feel a lot more confident than you did before, because ultimately you feel pretty much like you think you can take these things. It hasn't yet occurred to you that the ones you've encountered are very slightly smaller than what you were led to expect from your studies earlier. Eventually, however, you do find your way to the old mine. The mine itself is it's a drift mine, So it's just like a structure straight into the side of the hill. And when I say old, I mean this was abandoned long before the coal miners' strike of the 80s. This has probably not seen use since round about the interwar period. So the wooden props you can see are in a very, very bad way. You can even see occasionally like worrying little bits of dust and tiny
just knock down the
broken
mine
bits
and
of
hope they can't
stone
dig.
kind of.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly something you could try. If you had explosives as well, you could probably.
Shame you didn't order an RPG, man. Rab.
So, you're going to go get the bodies, yeah?
I think we should.
Okay. You go back to the car and you pick up the bodies and start carrying them through the woods again.
Making sure there's like no one watching us first.
Yeah, again, trying to make sure you're not being watched by either people or any more of these creatures. Could you give me another set of perception scene tests, please?
Definitely putting some points in perception next time on the hook.
Yeah.
I can't see now.
Okay, so Joe and Adam and Erin, and Rab, you're all fairly sure that there's nothing watching you. You creep through back to where you found the drift mine and dump the bodies, cutting away the bags you've got them in so that the smell of the carrion can drift into the mines. What are you doing after that?
Running like fuck away.
No, I think we should hide and watch. Maybe.
Okay.
Could I use improvisation to make some sort of camera setup?
Yes. Yeah. Give me a roll for that, would you?
Let me just see which one it is. Even if you don't have the focus, so it's up to you. Which one? Just let me know.
Give me dexterity crafting, please.
Okay, so I get even if I don't have it. 16.
Yeah, you quickly rig up a camera setup that'll automatically take photographs of this, of whatever happens next.
Okay.
Right, so who's running back to the car and who's going to hide in the woods?
I would like to climb a tree and hide in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I think probably that would be a good idea.
Okay, so give me stealth rolls, everybody, please.
I might go back to the car and keep an eye on the camera from my laptop in case.
So you're going back to the car, so you don't need
I'll
to
keep
give
a
me
walkie-talkie. Yeah.
What does stealth come under, Brian?
dexterity.
Dexterity.
I got a 14 with 2 stunts.
So
Nice.
Adam is in car. Joe, what was your stealth?
19 with the +2.
19 with +2, so that's okay. Erin, what's yours?
14
14.
with 2 stunts in case that matters.
Stealth 14. What would you like to use the stunts on?
Can you use the stunts?
What would it be under?
Stealth stunts? I'm not actually sure now. You've put me on the
stealth
spot. Just give me a.
I've got it.
Infiltration
say we
stunt.
could
Infiltration stunts, that's the ones, yes.
Ah, right.
So we could use cover your tracks to give them -2 on them tracking us, maybe.
Yes. You can.
Bravery would be a good one.
Well, cover your tracks is 3, so if Joe could use
I
that.
was actually gonna use a stunt plus 1+, to be honest.
I've only got 2.
Just a shadow game. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
So, whilst you guys are deciding what you're going to use there, Lizzie, what's your stunts? What's your stealth roll?
I got 19 with 6 stunts.
Fucking hell, okay, so you can be working out what you're going to use your 6 infiltration stunts for as well.
You can be adding that +1, Brian, to the input to the pool?
Yes, I can. Quite right.
I'm just going to use my 2 for just a shadow, so I get +2 on my next test during the encounter.
Okay.
As long as
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
Okay.
Rab, did you decide to go back to the car? Did you decide to stay here and hide with the others? Some of the
No,
others.
I've gone back to the car.
You're going back to the car with Adam, right? You are. In car. So you guys are safely tucked up in the car, whilst the 3 amigos here are going to hide in the woods and hope for the best. So you've been hiding here for about an hour and a half now, when eventually you think you start to hear movement from inside the drift mine.
Okay.
You watch a bit more closely and you can vaguely hear. And
Is that a wild boar?
it could be a wild boar, but after a few moments you see like a purplish red head appear from the... Really wish I'd made them a different colour now. I suddenly remembered that Jenny, or as I sometimes think of her, our very own Laura Bailey, was in the game and would make... right, so you...
I mean, you know, you do it to yourself, Brian. Really,
I
don't
do
you?
not. That's a vicious rumour. Just because I'm half blind doesn't mean that's how it happened. Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. Right, yeah. So you creep out. Oh, sorry, they creep out and you can see these tendrils appear around the side of the cave, and this creature pulls itself out. It's like the ones you saw earlier, only considerably larger. You'd say rather than being the size of a pony, this is a little bit bigger. You're still not talking a full-size horse, but it's a little bit bigger. It creeps out, looks around, and makes a kind of keening noise. And before you know it, there's like 2 more have appeared behind it. And they look around, and then suddenly all 3 snap for the bodies. They wrap them up in the tendrils, and then scurry off back into the caves.
Right, well, that's sorted that problem out. Now we've got to figure out what to do
Wait a
about...
minute. I should probably make a roll for them and see if they detected your concealed position,
No, they
shouldn't
didn't.
I? Oh, did they not? All right.
No, too busy nomming dead people.
Okay,
That
so
would
let me
produce
just
it,
find... So, das Snappers.
I hope they can't climb trees.
Well, they've got
They
an
were
awful
scared
lot
of
of
running water,
They
I
were
don't
scared of
think.
running water. They've got an awful lot of tendrils you suspect would make climbing trees a bit easy, but you're not 100% sure.
God.
So let's just make a perception test for them.
I wonder. No, that's probably done.
So the first one rolled a 9. It definitely didn't detect you. The others are actually at a -1 penalty because they were largely trusting the one they sent out. Oh dear.
Okay. I was just about to ask, Brian,
Yes.
because they use thermal, and because, you know, as humans we give off a lot of heat,
Yeah.
do they get any bonuses for that?
Probably, but it's not going to make a great deal of difference. So as they scurry in, the last one looks around and keens. And the first 2 kind of come to a stop and look round it. Go and as they drop the corpses, they turn round and come back out to look. They're both looking round, trying to spot you somewhere.
Can I do a perception to see if I've noticed this?
Yeah, go ahead. Nope, not from where you are. Okay, what were the party like? I'm assuming some of the party got less than 17. I'll just go back and check. So yes, it's Erin that's let you all down.
Oh, shush.
What is it
Only
with
time she
stealth
gets a good
checks?
stealth roll.
What is
No, it was
with
a
you
good
stealth
roll as
checks?
well,
It
wasn't
was
it?
a good roll.
Oh.
You don't have you don't have like scout or anything that allows you to reroll a fail.
No, I did have the 2 stunt points, but that wouldn't even help.
No, that gives them a -2 penalty though, didn't it? So that's 15 instead of it still smelled you.
Mm-hmm.
If I see them key on Erin, then I will shoot the one that sees her.
Okay, so one of them. Oh damn! I did not foresee this, so we might have to repurpose this map. I will just...
Deja vu.
I know. Let me just make a few quick alterations so it doesn't look too obviously like it's the same map.
Oh look, guys, those red plants again. They look in the exact same place.
Yeah,
That river looks pretty
I'm sure I
fun.
cultivated that one.
Did you actually check out the red plant? I don't remember.
No, I've not been far enough in, but I guess we would have passed it. So
yeah.
I guess while Brian's doing that, I could do a roll on the red plant.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
Oh, the
Maybe-
river seems to just stop.
Very hard for me to fail my science goals.
It appears that that one's not doing so well. It appears to have some kind of blight.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
I
not
mean,
good.
Something's feeding on it.
Hopefully,
If it
hopefully the
gets-
blight that's killing that plant is terrestrial.
Hopefully.
I'll take a soil sample.
Got a funny feeling it probably isn't.
Probably not. But never know.
Test it when they get back.
Okay.
Maybe we
No,
should
just
get on
because
the
all their
radio.
plants are deadly to us, like it doesn't mean that like our plants won't be deadly to them. To be fair.
I'll remind you at a further date, Brian.
Okay. That's not a problem. Could you guys be moving your people up to where you want to be hiding, assuming that the creatures are at the northern end of this map, around about where the river used to be when it was the previous map?
Okay.
I want to get in a big old tree, and I want to snipe things.
I can't even see my token at the moment. Give us a second.
Like,
Wait, follow all of them.
I guess I'll jump in the top
Oh,
of
what
this.
the fuck?
No,
Where have I
that
gone?
one. No, this one. Yep. Nope. This one. Yeah. There.
Let me just get rid of
That
these
one
little
from me.
fuckers.
So we can get a crossfire going if we have to.
Aye.
And I think we should radio back to the car that we've been spotted when, if anything, kicks off. But obviously, like, with Mark, will be having to head off in 5 minutes.
Rab's nodded off. All the excitement's
Right, well,
gotten
yeah, I
too
was
much for
gonna
him.
say
He's just
he-
having a nap.
Yeah, he could just stay in the car and guard that, I guess. Well, guard it.
I was kind of imagining myself, right? Because we're at the mine entrance, aren't we? I was kind of imagining myself perched up on a tree near the entrance, like kind of looking into it on a side view.
Right.
I don't know if that's possible. I suppose this position's pretty good, actually.
I put myself there because it makes more sense. I would be in the one, like, right in front of the... if they saw me.
Yeah.
Right in front of the entrance.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm going to pop the thing me up in a second. You know the... Just give me a second to remove all turns. Clear. There you go. You know the drill by now. Crack on and make your initiative tests while I'm making these slight adjustments.
Oh.
For some reason it didn't
Shit
occur to
roll.
me that we might need a second encounter outside the mine, you see, so apologies. That's 25, and that's 5 and 4. Right, you are. So,
Would you guys prefer if I joined you or stayed in the car? Because I could just look at the recordings of the camera later.
it was at that point, Your Honour, that the creature ate him. According to the footage I have here, that was when my friend's head was torn clean off.
That's actually a good point. Can the
That's if
footage
you
not
can-
include the bodies?
That's if you can find the door handle through all the smoke in the car.
Pretty much. Right, okay, so whippersnappers.
Guys, look at this new extraterrestrial animal that's in England. It's like, are those dead bodies? Not that. The focus on the creatures, not the bodies.
It'll be for personal use, this video. It won't be for, like...
The dead bodies will be for
society.
personal use. I see.
Wow. The very fact that your
Figure
mind
we're
went
finding
there.
things out about Adam here.
You're a disgrace. There we go, it went off this time. Okay, so I'll just pop this back onto descending. And Elizabeth, you can go first. What would you like to do?
Sorry, I forgot to go.
I shall hold my action to see if these things attack.
Okay. Erin, what would you like to
Did
do?
say I would attack if Erin got spotted. But,
How obvious is it that they've seen me? Like, do I
They seem to sense
realise?
that there's something here, but you would need to give me a perception seeing test to see if you realise that they... Or perception empathy test.
Okay.
See if you realise that they have specifically located you.
Oh, fuck.
Nope, you just
Right.
know that you think they've caught the scent of something on the wind. So that they know
Right,
you're
I'm
here
gonna-
somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready my bow, but I'm gonna hold my action till I'm certain if they've seen us or can get to us or whatever.
Okay, well this one hasn't spotted you yet, so until the one that did gets a go.
Sorry.
God, it would be the slowest one. It's going to have to move out and try and have another look for you. So it's going to move to there, see if it can spot you. Perception. 12. It hasn't spotted you this round. No. So this next one is similarly bemused. So it's moving out round here to try and look for somebody to kill. Let's see if it spots either you or Joe.
I'm in the tree, remember?
Yeah, your number was much higher. Yours is 19. So if it scores higher than 19, it will spot you as well, or 19 or higher. If it scores 14 or higher, it'll only spot Jenny. And perception.
Oh, shit.
It's a really good roll.
Some points to get more.
So it spots you, and what it's going to do is use its stunt points to increase its
It's perception.
initiative.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to hurtle forward. Remember, at the end of this round, I'll have to reorganize these because it will be out of step otherwise. It hurtles forwards to attack the tree that you're in. Joe, you can take your action now if you would like to, because you were going to attack if you realised it's seen.
Yeah, and me and Lizzie held our action, so we should be able to...
You did, so you can all open fire.
Yeah. Well, Joe can go first.
Sorry. Yes. Bang. All.
14, that's a
yes.
hit, and with 2 stun points, what would you like to do?
I like to hurt it.
Well, yes. Obvs. So I don't know why I asked, really. So roll of damage, I think, is what I meant to say. 10 damage, and that's still not fucking changed.
13.
That start.
And I'm going to use that too as a double team. And Erin, since you're about to be murdered, you can attack it first.
So
Well, I was
that's-
holding my action anyway, so does that
I
mean
scared to attack it twice now. Yeah.
Okay. Is that... Will it work like that?
Just realised why I wasn't applying the toughness against these creatures.
Right.
Ballistic damage, you can't.
Ah. Right.
So I was right the first time. So yes, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny,
taken,
because pretty much. Sorry.
taken a hit from your bow. Just thudded into the side. So Jenny, you to go next.
Yeah, so if I was holding my action and Joe does double team, does that mean I get 2 attacks?
Yes, it does.
Right, okay, just double checking just to make
Yeah.
absolutely sure. Right, okay, I will fire my bow.
Okay.
And I can aim this time. Okay.
That's a hit. A very
alright.
palpable hit.
If you do him,
Those
though,
of
you
you know the
will you be able
classics.
to attack the second time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, 8 damage. What did you say? Sorry, Joe? Joe. Then.
I was just saying, like, if you aimed, because it would be, you fire, then it's a minor to reload, and then a major to fire again. Like,
That's a very good point. No, he's quite right. So you couldn't have aimed, but you would have hit anyway.
I would have done because I'd already said I readied my bow when we were in the.
You did, so you were, yes. But your first shot would be aim and then fire. He'd caused double team, but you're now unloaded, so you wouldn't be able to fire again.
Yeah, I know. I thought you were on about the roll I just did.
No. Because
I was able
double
to aim
team,
with
you can.
that.
Yes, but if you aim with that, you don't have a minor action that round.
To do.
Right.
Right.
So you
okay,
couldn't
I get it.
reload, so his double team would be wasted.
Don't you have a hammer or table leg or something on you?
I
Well,
can.
I mean, you could kick it.
Yeah.
If you want, I can just do an extra d6 damage, and that was your goal if you want.
No, you did say to double team, so she can use a melee attack instead for the second action.
Would I be able to get a melee weapon out whilst I've already got a bow?
No, because that would be a
That's
minor
okay.
action again, so you could kick it.
Oh god. Okay, I'll give it a try then.
Okay,
I
go
do
for it.
have my steel toe cap boots on.
You
so
do?
That
Yeah.
would
Put 'em to
do
good use.
something. Let me just see. What the fuck does that do again?
It takes the damage for an unarmed attack to 1d6 instead of 1d3.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it's wounding damage instead of.
that's
Bye.
right, it is. Okay,
Bye.
good night, Mark.
Right.
Night,
I
Mark.
nearly said good night, Rob, there.
Right. What the hell do I? Brawling strike, I guess.
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's right.
Can't aim. Right.
So that's
Okay.
14, that's a hit. So you fire a shot at it, it wounds it, it staggers backwards slightly and then starts crawling up the side of the tree to get at you, so you kick it in the head. Unfortunately, your steel toe cap boot doesn't get through its carapace, just clang. And that would be Maria Tutical.
Okay.
Bearing in mind this
Finish.
creature still gets its go.
Can I come out to here?
Yeah.
And then shoot it with a shotgun?
Yep, you can.
They don't do well against shotguns, right?
They
do they?
don't do well against shotguns at all. Okay, so the booming report of your shotgun is you slam a shot into the side of the creature. Roll the damage. Oof. Okay, so 4 off that is another 9 getting through. -9. So it reels backwards with lots of blood and gore splashing about the place. And it still gets its actions, its attack action for the round, of
Out
course.
of curiosity, what
Yes.
colour is its blood?
It's slightly purplish.
Okay.
By the way, I missed my turn. I don't think I'm in the turn order properly.
You haven't missed your turn, it hasn't got to you yet.
Oh, I thought Joe had a turn. Never mind.
Joe's on 12, you're on 9.
All right.
It's because we were me and Lizzie were holding our
Oh,
actions.
sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so the creature is attacking. It will make a whip grapple this time. So, 12, is that a hit?
oh shit. Yes, just.
Okay, so you're grappled by the creature, so you do take 1d3 damage. So that's
Okay.
1d3 plus its strength, actually, which I think is 1. I don't think they're as strong as you think they're going to be.
What type of damage is it?
It is wounding damage, but it's not ballistic, so you can apply your toughness.
Right, because I've got 2 armor
Shit.
against impact.
Impact damage, yeah. So you can
So
apply
that-
that.
Right. Okay.
3. And if you've got any toughness, you can apply that as well. So, well, you're not going to
Ah,
need to.
Doesn't get through, no.
So it's grappled you. I don't know what's just gone on there. It's only just registering that injury, apparently. Okay, so it's grappled you. So I'm going to put a grappled marker on you, and it's going to try from then on to pull you out of the tree, if it survives long enough.
I'm guessing it's like wrapped around my leg or something?
Yes, it's got its tendrils have wrapped around your leg really, really tightly. It's uncomfortable, but it's not doing you any actual harm at the moment. But it is trying to pull you out of the tree. It is now the next critter, which is going to come charging.
It's the alpha.
Well, no, it's the other little beastie. Right, that one's going to come racing in, so its first action is going to be a charge attack. That way it can end its movement with a free attack, and then it still gets its second attack, which it can make as a minor action. So it's going to make 2 attacks. It's going to make a stunt attack against you to try and pull you out of the tree.
Oh, God.
So
we're just trying to give them a little treat, and the fuckers are trying to use.
Yes. Okay, so it's grabbed you. So you're double grappled. It was a stunt attack, so it successfully pulled you out of the tree. So you get wrenched to the ground. So I'm just going to put a little flat on her ass marker. Hold on.
20d6 fall damage.
Fuck off.
It's 1d6 fall damage.
Fell down the stairs.
So it's backslash roll 1d6 plus 1. Fuck's sake. Backslash roll 1d6 plus 1. 3 damage. It's impact damage though, so you can reduce that by 2. But then its second attack is going to be to try and bite your face off.
Oh, great.
It gets a bonus to hit because you are outnumbered, so it gets +1 for that. You're also double grappled, so it gets +2 for that. So it's +3 on its chance to hit. So it's scored a hit with 2 stunt points. Aren't you pleased? And those 2 stunt points it's going to use for a lightning attack. It's going to bite you twice.
Jesus
so
Christ.
It's going to try and tear your face off with this bite. 7 impact wounding damage.
Ouchie, okay. 4, that gets through then.
And the second attack's also a hit. So it does another 7 impact wounding damage.
God.
So you guys can see Erin is currently being torn apart by 2 of these creatures. You imagine the third one will probably notice where she's at now. And it is Adam to go.
Okay. If they're both, which one would be better to try and disarm, to try and get out of the grapple?
I mean,
The one with less health.
weren't you in the car though?
I did say before that I was going to join the group and let the camera record.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you can, well, it's up to you. I mean, you can try and intercept the third one before it notices where she's at. You can try and attack one of the ones that's already in combat with her. One of them's badly injured, so you might be able to finish it. You can try an intimidation to try and stunt attack, to try and make them attack you instead. You can try, I don't know, what do you want to do?
How much health do you have?
Do I have? Oh, does she have? Sorry.
Erin?
Ryan,
Yes,
you asked me a while ago what I wanted to do with the stunts I got for my stealth.
yes. It's a bit late.
Can I
but-
use the 2.1, which is sorry, I'm just going to bring it back up. The infiltration stunt over here.
Yes.
Your flashy action makes you the center of attention. Each of your allies gains +1 to the next test to hide or pass scrutiny in this encounter, such as dexterity, stealth, communication. Any action an opponent takes until then automatically targets you. And,
Okay, so
I'll use another point because I got 6 stunts
Yeah.
for bravery, so I get 1d6 extra stunt point, extra toughness points.
fucking hell, right, okay. Go for it. Roll the 1d6.
Very nice.
Already have toughness of 3, I think.
Yeah.
So that's
So now it is 7. So without stunting, they can't actually harm you, I don't think. No, it's
No.
bite. Its bite might be able to. Okay, so realizing that Erin's getting ripped apart, you start waving your arms around, yelling, over here, and distracting the creatures. So everybody on your side gets +1 on their next action. Everybody on the enemy's side has to target you next round. So it's still you to go, Chris. What would you like to do?
I'm going to shoot the further target then, if Lizzie's distracting these two.
Okay, you fire at the furthest target, get +1 to hit because it's been distracted by her yelling, so it doesn't notice you aiming at it.
And you have to add a 1 to this.
Yeah.
Lizzie.
So that's yes, that's a hit with 1 stun point.
What can you do with 1 stun point with it?
Tell you what, while you're deciding, I'm going to quickly dash to the bathroom. Just a sec.
Oh, it depends. No, sorry, that was the wrong time. That was the infiltration ones. Sorry. Ignore me.
I could do precision. Oh no, it's burst shot. Ignore the point. Ignore 1 point of your opponent's ballistic armor, and you deal at least 1 point of damage, no matter what.
Sorry, did I miss anything there? Because I just had to mute.
Ignore 1 point of your opponent's ballistic armor per SP spent. You deal at least 1 point of damage, no matter what. Yeah. And did you hear what Lizzie's character was doing?
Well, all the stunt stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And now we're shooting this target.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all laughing at you getting your face ripped up.
Oh, thanks. I'll remember this for future reference.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Well, that's max damage.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm just thinking if those creatures go for Lizzie, I suppose at least she can, like, parkour up trees out the way.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, she's got a shotgun. So
Well, they would have ungrappled you, wouldn't they, at this point, as well?
I don't know, they might just drag me around with them.
Right, sorry about that. It took slightly longer than intended because I had to wait for Demeter to finish making sure the toilet wasn't a mimic before she would let me use it.
Oh,
So I'm doing short burst. Ignore 1 point of your opponent's ballistic armor. You deal at least 1 point of damage, no matter what.
Right, okay. So you ignore...
Did 13 damage.
You did 13 damage.
Max on a pistol, yeah.
Its armor would normally be 3. Is that right? Did we not up that?
You upped it?
It really doesn't fucking want to do it, does it? It's done it on that one. I just maybe not clicked on this one. So it's 3 for this round because of your stunt to reduce it. So that's 10 points get through. So the shot tears into the side of the creature. It's startled and kind of looks around to see what's going on. Elizabeth, what would you like to do?
I've well and truly got the attention. Used both sorts of my shotgun, so I need to use my major action to reload the shotgun, yeah?
Right, yes, that's right.
But I could use my minor one.
Yeah.
Well, just basically to... I'm gonna...
Parkour the fuck away?
Yeah, basically now I've got them distracted to sort of run so that they follow me.
Okay, go for it. Move yourself up to... This is a minor action, so it's up to your speed away.
Okay, hold on, I'll just double check my speed. My speed's 15.
So 15, up to 15 squares you can move.
Gonna head for about here, I think.
I mean, you don't appear to have moved from
Actually, no, sorry, because I haven't let go of the pog. I'm just working out
right.
where.
Now, would they ungrapple me?
They'll have to, yes, because I've got to go after her.
I'm going to head for here, because that's going to give Joe a chance to get a shot at them.
Right, nice one. Okay, so you run from there. Erin, it's your go. These creatures are distracted by Lizzie, so they've let go of you, so we can take the grapple off. You are still flat on the ground, though.
Shit, yeah. Crap.
Get yourself away.
Yeah. Fuck, no way.
Nowhere to run.
Because if I run a certain way, the other one will see me as well. Oh, fuck it. I'll run over to this tree and try and climb up it.
Right, you are. So that's half your movement for your first move, because you've got to get up. There you go. So whatever your speed is, you can do half that number of squares. If that gets you to the tree, then give me a strength climb roll.
Okay.
Didn't make you make these before when you were just getting into position because there wasn't any time pressure. It wasn't tense. Oh dear. Right. So you're trying to scramble up the tree, you get like a little way up and the branch under your foot breaks. So you're hanging on by one hand and then the branch that your hand's on breaks as well. And you're back on the ground again. So this creature has also spotted Lizzie, so it's going to go running over to her. So let me just see what his movement is. 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It just can't quite reach you in one go. So it'll move its first move to about here. That'll give it enough space to use its second action as a charge. Which means it's only going to get one attack on Lizzie this round. It'll be a whip strike. 16, does that hit?
I think it does. I don't think I'm that good. My defense is 15, so it's only just.
It's only just hit. It's hit you for 4 damage, but given the bonus,
my toughness is currently 7.
Your toughness is 7, so it slaps you, and you're just like, who the fuck are you slapping?
Wow, 7 toughness. Mine's only 1.
It's temporarily because of the stunts you used last round.
Oh, right.
I used bravery.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, right.
From the infiltration stunts.
Yeah. So this one is going to do something very similar. It's going to charge you. It's going to have to do a move to about here first. So it starts like moving cautiously towards you. Then when it sees its other comrade has reached you, it takes off at the run and charges. And attacks. But again, with a thing of 7, unless they either bite you or get enough stunts, they're not going to be able to do any damage. That good enough stunts. Okay, so for 3, it's going to do an extra dice of damage. So it might be able to get through. So that's 3 plus 6. No, it still didn't.
No.
So it comes in and whacks you with one of its whips as well, and you just like parry it with your lower arm, just contemptuously.
I'm actually going to parrying it with the barrel of the shotgun.
All right, yeah, you parry it with the barrel of the shotgun instead, just contemptuously bat it away. Joe, you to go. What would you like to do?
Am I able to try and finish off the
Yes,
one of them,
you can.
the weaker one?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that. I don't think I'll get it. No, I won't get it in, will I? That's fine.
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Right, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to introduce something from the... I've been waiting for this to happen. I'm going to introduce something from the new book for modern age, which is... I just forget exactly what they call them, but it's...
Friendly fire.
It's passes that have a negative effect, or fails that have a positive effect, right? So you have a fail here, you missed, but you can adjust it by 2 points, which would make it a hit, but you'll have 2 points if something bad happens as well.
To me or to other people?
You don't know.
That's fine, I'm willing to take the risk.
You're willing to take the risk? Okay. So for
you know how I love messing over the party.
So for 2 points, you fire the shot and it hits thunk into the creature, but then tears straight through and hits Lizzie as well. So go ahead and roll the damage, and they both take this damage.
The D6 won't affect Lizzie though, because her dex is higher than mine. I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Good point. Yes, it is.
Yeah, my dex is
higher than
5.
Yeah. Higher than everyone's. Okay, so
11 damage to the beastie and then 10 to Lizzie.
yeah,
Oh dear.
Sorry, Lizzie.
Do I take my toughness off that, Brian?
you can, yes.
It's ballistic.
So I only take 3 then?
Shit, it's ballistic, so no, you
It's
can't.
ballistic.
No,
Right.
you
Sorry.
That's okay, I've got 35 health.
can't. Okay, so you've shot the creature though for 10.
Can you do this with any test?
Only
fail by
one.
2?
No, it has to be something in a major, like a majorly tense point. So Lizzie was about to get swamped by 3 of these creatures, so I thought that qualified.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
But it
It's
can
cool,
it
I
can
like
be yeah, I quite liked it as well. So I thought we would give it a test drive. So essentially, any time it's something that's got like a major point of tension.
Yeah, I like this idea.
Bit of over penetration.
A bit of over penetration. So we've accidentally shot Lizzie as well. That's you done. So it is this beastie over here, which still has to go for Lizzie because of the stunt she used last round.
Oh wait, sorry. Before you,
Yes.
I got 2 stun points. Can
Oh, did
Lizzie
you?
fight
Oh, yes,
back?
you did. For a double
Can I-
team, you mean? Yes.
Yeah, then Lizzie gets to fight.
Okay, Lizzie, you get an attack from his double team stun.
Okay. So, just a melee attack then, yeah?
Your shotgun is reloaded now, so you could fire it if you wanted.
I'm actually going to use a brawling strike.
Right, yes.
I mean, I'm good. Like, I can like using the butt of the shotgun if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine. So that'll be an improvised weapon, so that's 1d6 plus your strength damage if you do hit.
Okay.
You missed, but again, if you're willing to take 2 points of...
Go on.
wait a minute, no, it would have to be 3, which is the maximum possible, so it would be
No,
a
it's fine.
fairly major bad thing would happen as well.
Glad I didn't use the shotgun.
Yeah.
Shoot me.
Well, it wouldn't, it's entirely your choice whether you take it, so if you don't want to, you don't have to, so that's okay, we'll just say you didn't. So it is Adam to go next. So
I'm gonna shoot
you've
this
like
one.
smacked it or tried to smack it with the butt of the shotgun and failed. You were probably put off by the sound of the bang as Adam fires at this other one. I've just realised that one should have had its go first, but I'll just swap them around.
Excuse me, sorry.
So
Sorry.
Adam, you shouldn't actually have gone until after this one had closed in. So
Okay, no worries.
that was my mistake though. So no, I will do this attack now. Go on. I'll have this race in and attack Lizzie with a. It's going to try a bite. Actually, they very rarely do
Brunch.
that till they've got you. They've got you whipped. So it'll do a whip first. 14, is that a hit? I think that might be a miss
No,
on
my
you.
defense is 15.
Right. Okay. Now it's Adam. Go ahead.
I have to move now without aim.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot this one.
Right. So you go for the injured one instead. Go ahead.
Okay.
15, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll the damage. That's 9 points of ballistic damage. So 3 comes off, that's 6 gets through. And 6, you fire another round into the back of the creature, which flails around, hissing and keening madly, disturbed by the fact it has been attacked. And Lizzie, it's your normal action to go now.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the other one
Okay,
with the shotgun, or I'm going to attempt to.
yeah, go ahead.
Would you get advantage with me that close or not? not close enough.
Not close enough, no. No, because she's attacking a different one to the one you are, so
yeah.
definitely not. 10, that's a miss, but it's only a
if she
miss by
aims.
1, so if you aimed, that would be a hit, actually, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm at point blank, so if I aim at point blank, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a hit with 3 stun points.
Right, I'll roll the damage first.
Bloody hell.
Fucking hell, 13 damage, so that's 4 off,
Is
that's
it just
9
general
gets through.
combat stunt?
It is, yes.
Is Brian thinking of nerfing the shotgun?
No, not at all.
They're really strong.
I'm actually quite pleased the way this minor tweaks have made these things about more what I had in mind.
Glad
Yeah.
you laid off on the weapon, like the ranged weapons, until all these kind of the guns, you could say, until like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the earlier creatures you fought would have gone down fairly rapidly with but as we're slowly stepping them up slightly.
Going to use 2 on Vicious Blow for an extra D6.
Ouch, right, okay.
And then I'm going to use Duck and Weave +1 to defense
Okay.
until the beginning of your next turn.
Okay. Okay, so you get +1 on your defense as you start ducking and weaving. And you've also
I'll only
done
put it at 1.
so that's 14 damage to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 9.
Probably one of the reasons
through,
he
isn't it?
said it in England rather than America.
It was, yeah. That and the fact that I thought it'd be nice to base it in a place we know fairly well.
Yeah, that as well.
Which is why it's in the northeast of England. Okay, so the shots hit the thing, rocked it back a bit. It's quite badly damaged, but it's still in action. Erin, you to go. If you want to climb that tree now, you'll no longer need a test because you're not having to try and get up there before the monsters eat you.
Well, seeing what's happening with Lizzie, though, I don't want to just leave it and get numbed. So instead, I'm going to try and shoot this one.
Okay.
Because I have got a line of sight with it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like it's in cover from you there, actually.
Yeah.
I would say probably very light cover, so that'll cancel out the +1 you would have got because Lizzie's fighting.
Aim, could I?
I mean, yes, because you're not doing anything else, so that aim would take it to an 11.
Okay.
Technically, you're supposed to tell me first, but I am being a bit fast and loose with that because I know it's getting used to the remembering.
Yeah, it was more because I didn't think I could.
Oh, no, you can't. Yeah. Oh, no, you can't because you climbed, didn't you?
I tried to climb and failed.
No, that was last round.
That was last round.
No, actually, because I did say you could climb and you said you weren't going to. So, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yay. So it hit just.
It hit. Just as good as a... very much so, isn't it? So that's a 10 as a hit. Sorry. Yeah, the 11 is a hit, 10 is damage. Okay, there you go. So 6 gets through. So it's injured
Bows
again.
absolutely shred, don't they?
Oh,
I do like this bow.
yeah, so you've hit it again. There's now several arrows sticking out of the thing, bullet holes. It's still kind of furiously trying to eat something, anything.
Well, we gave it bodies. That wasn't good enough, was it?
It wasn't because it detected that you were here and decided it would eat you instead.
Ungrateful little
Okay,
shit.
so it's aware of the fact that it's in trouble at this point. So I'm going to make a morale test.
Okay.
Willpower morale. It's going to have to beat 15, otherwise it just runs away. It's fucking awful. So it's a total of, it'll use both its minor and major actions to fuck off. So that'll be 22, 33. 33. So it turns round and flails its way madly off up here. The next one I think is dead, so that can go. So Joe, it's you to go.
I'll shoot this one as well. It doesn't look like it's obscured, but I know I have vision through other people as well.
No, you've got you can see more than half of it, so it's got 1 point of cover.
That's fine. Again, can't aim, but hopefully I won't have to shoot a teammate to hit it this time.
Yes. That's a miss.
Can I shoot a teammate?
No, it will be a different disaster this time.
That's fine by me. I'm curious what's going to happen.
Okay, so this is
You
a
should have
1.
told him this.
This is 1 point of what's the name? Yes.
What did you say?
It's 1 point you need to add to. So it's a 1 point disaster. So you've hit it. You load your last arrow, fire, thwang, hit it, and then realise you've got no more arrows. Roll the damage.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is 13 damage. No, 12 damage.
That's
Sorry, I can't add.
Well, that's okay. That's 12 damage. So 7 gets through. So your last arrow was sunk into the creature, but not quite as deep as you might like.
Okay.
And it is the creature to go. It's going to need a morale test. It's going to need to beat 15. Fuck's sake. It's off as well.
Oh well.
So
I'm gonna go around and collect my arrows that I fired.
Okay. Well, it was a 1 point disaster, wasn't it? So all of your arrows are damaged or lost.
That's what
Still
you
have a
get for
gun.
trying to
I
fuck
still have
us
a gun.
over.
Yeah. You still have a
Maybe
gun.
some
Yeah.
car.
You still have a gun, and once you've had an interlude, you'll be able to have acquired more arrows. Either made them or just bought them. Interlude is a bit between adventures where there's nothing on screen happening.
So, okay, yeah.
Can I do improvisation to try and get him some arrows?
Yes, you can. You can quickly cut some from the tree branches and make
What
some
is
arrows.
that? Would that be crafting or something? What
Dexterity
what was
crafting, yes.
that? There you go, Ben.
Shit.
Bloody hell.
Right,
Bloody
okay. Ben, you now have some improvised arrows, right? The arrows are not perfectly straight, so you get a -1 to hit. They're also not as well crafted as proper combat, like proper sporting arrows, so you also get a -1 to damage.
Can I, with my stunt points, you get a sort of breaks through sort of thing to put the poison leaves on the arrows, or the juice from them or something?
Yes. Yeah, you can make a paste out of the poison. So, Ben, your arrows are -1 to hit and -1 to damage. But if they do damage, the opponent needs a Constitution tolerance test of... What skill did you just get there? Oh, shit, that's quite high. Okay, so of 15.
Poison
Otherwise, it takes
arrows.
a bit of poison damage as well.
I'm just gonna put them under poison arrows, is that alright?
That's fine, yeah. The
Con save of 15 -1 to damage and hit. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Thank
So
you, Chris.
if they fail the roll, they take an extra d6 penetrating damage from the poison.
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. However, the poison won't last long, so by tomorrow it's worn off. Its potency's worn off.
Okay.
Right.
I'll
Gotta
try and
use them now, then.
cultivate. And is there still any plants around? There's one over there.
Yeah, there's a couple around.
I'll attempt to cultivate another one then.
Well,
13.
you've created enough for him
Have
to
I?
use for
Okay,
the
no
whole
worries.
day. Yeah.
I wanted to take some.
I've got a
back.
quick question.
Yeah, you
then.
can take some for later. Yes, go ahead.
Would he be able to coat his bullets in this
No.
poison?
No.
No, that's a shame.
You really don't want to be coating a bullet in anything, and then loading it into a mechanical device like a firearm and discharging it.
Would have to be made into a powder and put into the bullet itself.
Yes, that's right. Even then, the bullet itself is usually a solid slug that fires out of the cartridge. But there are ways and means you can put things inside those. It's just you really need to know what you're doing as a gunsmith to do that. Okay, and you don't know. Okay, so what would you guys like to do now? You've attracted shitloads of attention to yourselves out here.
I would like to heal people, please.
Yes, okay. Give me a pick somebody you're going to heal, and give me an intelligence medicine test.
I'll start with Lizzie. Oh,
That's a fail.
Sorry, I've only yeah.
I'll
might do
heal
assist.
whoever's hurt the most.
Okay.
I'll try to.
Right, me.
try myself.
You can't heal
17
yourself.
Out of 26.
Oh.
So
I'll try and heal Erin then. Can I
Okay.
use medicine?
Yes.
because I'm 9 down.
That's a
That's
pass
a
with
hope.
2 stunt points. So that's 2 for 5 health you get back.
Thank you very much.
Would anyone like to try and heal me? Or...
Yeah, anybody would like to try and heal Adam and Elizabeth?
Yes. I can try. Who's? Because I've got medicine. Who's down the most hit points?
I'm down 10.
Oh shit!
Heal Lizzie then.
I mean, you can do both of
Sorry.
them, you know. It's not an
Well, she
either
does have a
or.
max health of 35, and I have a max health of 24, and they have
Well,
19
if I can do
health.
both, then I'll do
Yeah, you
both.
can do both.
So-
2 different rolls, obviously. Do
Okay.
Elizabeth first, then and then Adam.
Yeah.
So that's a bare pass for Elizabeth, but it is a pass. So
Okay.
4, 5, 6 health points back for Elizabeth.
Yay. Thank
And
you.
now make a roll for Adam.
Okay.
7.
13.
5 points back for Adam as well.
Okay.
And if you want to take a breather at this point, you can all have a number of health points equal to 5 plus your level plus your constitution.
Oh, did you guys lose health?
Okay.
Actually, just give me a second. I keep saying that, but I think
Yeah.
that's fantasy age. I think it might just be your constitution plus your...
Well, we are pulp as well, so.
We are pulp. Yes, sorry. So you get back your constitution plus your level. Forget I said the
Alrighty,
5.
back up, Bill.
Yeah, same. So it's not too bad.
Okay. So with that, you're all kind of milling about outside the cave, not the caves, the mine system that you think you know these creatures are layering in because you've just been attacked by 3 of them. You know the bodies are part of the way in there from where they were dropped by these creatures after they came back, having detected you. You know there's probably a lot more of these things in there. What's the plan?
Yeah, we might want to think about trying to collapse the entrance to the mine or chucking something in there.
Good
I don't know.
idea, yeah.
There'll definitely be other exits from or there would have been when it was built, unless they've collapsed as
Do
well.
we want to call anyone in because there's 3 of us now?
I am
Yeah.
happy to scout the mine out if you guys would like. I'm confident in my sneaky abilities.
I do have a drone.
You do have a
Oh.
drone.
drone.
Ah, yes.
That would
So you
be-
do.
That would probably be safer.
Okay.
It's a Maverick 2, Mavic 2 with a smart controller. So I'll collect my camera, a phone, whatever that I was using,
Mhm,
and then the drone has its own camera. I'll get my tablet out and rig it up.
Maybe
Yeah,
move a little way away from the entrance so you
Okay,
know, if any more come out.
You
We'll
pull.
go like back here.
Okay, you pull back from the entrance just in case any more come out. You get the drone out from the car, set it up, check the batteries, check the connection, and once you're confident that everything's ready to go, the drone lifts off the ground, hovers for a little while, and then moves forward slowly through the trees and into the entrance of the mine. Which is, it's dark in there, but you can still see a little bit from the light that's coming in through the entrance. You can see the 2 bodies lying where they were dropped. They've obviously already been damaged by the creatures a little bit.
That's good.
And you can see one of them's got a large bitten chunk out of it, one of them's arms torn off.
Right.
And just lying there.
Well, that's a start.
You also
Okay.
think you can see something in the dark passageway down the mine, some kind of writhing form starting to move forward, possibly to investigate all the tremendous banging that was going on outside with the firearms and whatnot.
the drone not have any kind of lights on it?
I'll just check the model ones then.
Because even like a little light on it would be better than nothing.
He could have always improvised for it because he would know the mine would be dark.
Yes.
Well, I was
Yes.
thinking about your goggles and using the lens out of it.
You are not taking apart my goggles.
I knew you weren't going to let him. Yeah.
Okay, so it's A3 aperture. It's got an aperture of I think you can see in very low light.
Okay.
Alright.
So you'll be able to see for a little while into the mine. Obviously, once you get in too far, that'll be that. But for the moment, you can see that what's approaching is another of these several more of these creatures. And they appear to be more interested in the corpses, actually, so you're not sure that they have heard the... Now, given that you made a lot of noise, you're not sure if they heard it or not, which is interesting in itself.
We're watching this
Def-
on his tablet.
Yes.
I'd be hiding now.
Yeah, you'll all be hiding. So you're hiding, waiting to see what these creatures do as they make the way along the darkened mine shaft. You can see their tendrils are kind of leaning out and helping them walk by pushing them along the passageway just as their scuttly little feet are carrying them up the thing. There does seem to be quite a number of them. It's quite intimidating, and you're thinking if those come out, this could be a bigger fight. If they get distracted by the meat, well, it might be okay. So it's all a question of which happens. Let's find that out next week.
Otherwise, we'll be running towards the car if they come after us.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining me for the game this evening. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Thank you to the people at home for tuning in. I hope you also enjoyed it as well. We'll be back next week with the second part of the whippersnapper hunt. Hopefully the party will go into the mines, but who knows, they might bottle it. Tune in next week to find out. But before you go, Jenny has some stuff she'd like to say.
Yes, if you're on Twitter, don't forget to go and follow at Gethsemane Games Twitter account, because you get updates on there for the whole different shows that we do and other things that Brian does, including his Patreon.
Yes, including my Patreon. Do take a look at my Patreon. There's a freebie up at the moment, and if you have a look through, you'll see there's some older freebies as well, which are battle maps of various kinds. If you would like to support what I do in making maps and systemless adventures for various genres, from fantasy through to post-apocalyptic and science fiction, you can do that one of two ways now. You can buy me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee. Look for Brian F. Irving on, let me think for a moment, Buy Me a Coffee. Or you can back my Patreon for as little as £3 a month. You will get maps, systemless adventures and so on. There's quite a lot of stuff has just gone up there in the last week or two, including an absolutely massive map of a 7-story Archmage's Tower plus 2 levels of its dungeon underneath, which those of you who have been watching our Fantasy Age Tower of Saragossa will recognise as the Tower of Saragossa from there, where I also have a beautiful map of a town, fantasy town on there that's just gone up as well. So do check that out. Or as I say, buy me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee. Brian F. Irving over there. Thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. And from us, good night.
Bye.